Hello and welcome to Villars-sur-Orlon and this beautiful sunny day for the European Championships. As we can see, there is the Boulder Wall, which is the same one that was used in Bern for the World Championships, so some of those angles might be familiar to you if you're a comp climbing aficionado. Temperature 24 degrees. It is warm out there and humidity around about 50, but it is good conditions for climbing. And as you can see, the Boulder Wall itself is sheltered by an enormous roof, giving the athletes plenty of shade and protection from the wind and rain if that was to come. So we're anticipating a clean competition here today as we look to narrow down 24 men and 24 women to just 6 finals places. As you can see, lots of boulders there on the wall. 4 for the men, 4 for the women. As you can imagine, the action is going to be pretty packed here this afternoon. So we'll try to keep up with everything that's going on. If we miss a couple of tops, we'll endeavour to show you replays as much as possible. And if you're new to the sport, then don't worry, I'll be going through all the rules for you. So let's have a look at our starting list, shall we? These are the athletes who have made it through from qualification. Sarah Chopper qualifying in the last position, so she'll be out first of all. Jenya Kazbekova in first, so she'll be out last. And a few people have been asking me what happened to Hannah Moyle. She had a good boulder round, but then it appears that she was disqualified on her form. That's because she picked up an injury after boulder. Because she came in as a different kind of quota system, she had to compete in both boulder and lead and therefore was automatically disqualified because of that injury. But she didn't do anything wrong. It's purely down to injury. So hopefully that explains that. I'll mention it again later on for those of you who missed it. Our top 3, Jenya, Georgia Tessio, Stashigeo, and then Chloe Collier down in 4th after that. Those are the women who performed best from qualification. They'll be right now in the warm-up area that's outside of the stadium. They'll be brought into the stadium for their runs. Turning our attention to the men, Guillermo down at the bottom of the order. Gentlemen having a pretty good season, multiple semi-finals in the World Cup circuit. And of course, this is the European Championship, so we are missing the international athletes, USA, for example, Indonesia, China, all the rest. And of course, there are a few Olympians who've decided to have a bit of a holiday and not come, which is completely understandable, but there are some here as well. Sasha Lehmann, he was one competing. Sam Avazu as well, his sister, Zelia Avazu. They're returning from Olympic duties and straight into comp mode. These athletes will all be competing for just 6 finals places. A big French team here. Quite a few Swiss athletes mixed in as you'd expect. Andrzej Prachak qualifying up in the 1st place, and Max Milne from GB in 2nd. Manu Cornu, great to have Manu Cornu back. If anyone saw his opening of the Olympic ceremony, it was a fun one to behold as he banged his stick down, did a little dance. And Max Kliestel after that. So those are the athletes who we'll see in a couple of minutes. My name is Matt Groom, by the way. I will be your commentator for today and for the rest of the live streams. Sometimes I'll have special guests, sometimes I won't. Today is a bit in and out with the guests. For the finals later on, we've got Nika Potapova coming into the commentary box. And do feel free to send me any questions you might have about comp climbing. It's a nice afternoon to be watching, and if you're at work, stick me on in the background. Hide from your boss. No one will tell. And you can watch all of the actions here today. I'm looking forward to this competition. The European Champs is always a good one. We see new athletes coming through. You can see there waiting in the wings is Sarah Chopper. Fist bumps before she starts with Guillermo. And we will be starting things off fairly slowly and sedately at the beginning of the semi-final. Just 2 athletes competing at once. By the midway mark, I'll have all 8 on the mats, and that's when the carnage truly begins. And you can see Sarah there just dancing away to herself, trying to keep nice and relaxed in the backstage area. Guillermo looking a little bit nervous, it's got to be said, but the athletes run on, and we get to see boulder number 1 for the first time. Just another reminder for those who missed it about Hannah Moyle. She was injured after the boulder round, couldn't compete in lead, and that's why it looks like she was disqualified, because of the quota system she had to compete in boulder and lead. She did nothing wrong, just picked up an injury. So, running jump start for Guillermo, straight into the position, that right foot bobbling off immediately, and in the background Sarah Chopper as well, into that starting position. It's a very awkward press for the women. trying to get that left foot up onto a jib, but there's not a huge amount of friction on that jib. The palm straight away down, toe into the hold. She want to try to stand on the very edge of those climbing shoes. And you can see now trying to get some purchase. There's nothing above her. Absolutely no friction on that wooden surface, and she's got to then, once she's got stood up, jump right. Meanwhile, on the right of your screen, Guillermo falls, going towards the first zone. Sarah Chopper now still in this position. It's a real slow burner of the move as she works her way into what should be a stand-up, but she's squatting at the moment. Just needs to straighten those legs somehow, crippling the edge of the volume as she gets established. And does eventually fall, and that has eaten up a chunk of her time. There's the clock down in the bottom right, 3 minutes 22 on the clock. The athletes must complete the boulder in that time. And there are clocks available throughout the stage, so the athletes can see it at any moment. We'll go again here. Sarah is an interesting one to watch. She's been competing on the senior circuit for quite a while, won multiple medals on the junior circuit, especially the world champs. She's going to make her impression on this Slovenian team. As we know, it's pretty difficult to do that, but she is certainly one who is up and coming for the future here. Guillermo stood up on the right of your screen, just on the jibs, dancing those feet to try and make a bit of space for the foot swap. Into the zone now, and that should be awarded. As he eyes up the next series of holds into that side pull. You've got to kind of hold a body flag position. Couldn't get it that time. He has got some time. And Sarah, hands on her hips, breathes deeply as she looks at the wall here, trying to figure out this first sequence. It's so awkward. In fact, it's such an awkward move. The setters kind of refused to tell me about it. They were saying how it can be done multiple different ways. They kind of are waiting to see what the athletes make of that, which is always interesting to hear. And nice that they've built some options into boulder number 1. Sarah pressing down now, toe driving into that jib, palming, bobbles the foot off once more. Not having the best of times of this first move on boulder 1. 1 minute 28 on the clock. Guillermo getting stood up again, thumb into that press. Got to fiddle around with the feet now. That right foot just dragging in space, trying to find the balancing, biting point. And you can see how blind that is. He was searching around for the toe. And Sarah, frustration as she comes down. It didn't look like it burned a lot of energy that first go, but being in that position with all your muscles tensed and pushing and pulling, it's pretty exhausting. Guillermo goes again, gets stood up. Struggles, comes immediately down. It won't be taking too much energy, this, but it will be struggling just a little bit. Guillermo back into the position. Now those yellow lines on the screen, that indicates a limb you have to start from. That's why he brought that right hand over the top, just to briefly touch the hold. You've got to show some control to the judges, and there are judges in this. Well, with 5 seconds to go, that is the end of the first round. And we will be showing you scores on the screen. But of course, if you want to follow along as things happen, you can download the IFSC app, absolutely free to do so. And we have live results going on through that. Next two climbers, Timotej Romzak and Florence Grunwald comes on from Austria. There she is on your main screen. And if you've been watching the Olympics and you're a bit confused by this scoring system, well, it's a different one. For the Olympics, it was the combined format, so Boulder and Lead together, and the rounds were scored out of 100 points. Here, it's scored for tops and attempts. You can see the yellow boxes down at the bottom left of your screen. That fills halfway up for the first zone. There's only one zone in this format. And all the way for a top, and of course, flashes are awarded the highest score, and a flash is when you climb the boulder first time, which is pretty tricky to do. Rumsack in a better position now, needs to bring that right hand around the corner, and there are some pretty extreme angles on this wall, makes it pretty hard for some of these moves. And Florence getting pushed off women's one immediately. It's a really vicious start to the women's competition especially. Doesn't allow you a lot of time to settle into the competition and just sort of relax a bit. So a tricky time for Florence here as she has another little look. That's that left foot. It's a good angle that to show what she's standing on. If it was turned the other way around, it would be kind of a normal crimp and a pretty good edging foothold. But the way it's orientated makes it really difficult to put the pressure on. You can see the second she took a bit of weight off that left foot, she just bobbled down. No one really getting to grips with the middle section of boulders, one for the men and women. The wall, as I said, has quite a few good angles in it. Starting on the left, it is quite slabby-like feature, although this is more of a coordination slab. Back into that starting position, pushing up with the thumbs, just edging his body weight over. It's down with a little bit of frustration on those holds. That wooden surface you can see on the right, there's absolutely no friction there at all. Well, we're about to bring a co-commentator into the commentary box. We've got Eugenie Lee here from Great Britain. So, first of all, Eugenie, tell me about your qualifying round, because you're in the box with me, so it's not the best of news.
Yeah, it was a hard round. I dropped a lot of last moves and just didn't really figure things out quick enough. But the boulders were really fun, and I really enjoyed being there. So, yeah.
Have you had a chance to look at these boulders? We've watched two sets of athletes now really struggle to get kind of into the center of these boulders. It's such an awkward position, especially for the women.
Yeah, super awkward. It feels like they put that volume there just to make you go around it, and so that you can step straight up, I guess. Yeah, I think the first boulder looks fun, but quite hard. I think it looks, I read it as you'd go, so your palm in between those two holds, and then you palm left hand, and then do that quick jump over to the pretty good looking hold. But they look fun.
Yeah, they do look fun. They look pretty difficult at the moment, and it must be one of those awkward starts, because I talk a lot to athletes about how, you know, they prefer a round to go where they want a really physical one they can get involved with. But something like that, it's got to be frustrating because you're just in the same position, not really moving, not making any progress.
I mean, I really enjoy these kind of moves. Yeah, I quite like when they force you to find the right position, good body positioning, yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, that's your opinion. You
Yeah.
are wrong compared to most of the athletes, but that's all right. That's absolutely fine. Well, let's see if Emma Gallagher can get engaged in that on the left-hand side. And then from Luxembourg, we've got Nathan Martin coming on. And we should be able to see boulder number 2 in a moment. That's on the far right of your screen. And there we go, Guillermo is back in action on this. Now, I love looking at M2. It's like old-school, crimpy, hard physical moves.
Yeah, they had a similar one in their qualifiers. I think it was the Boulder Free. They were sort of just really old school. I'm excited to see some of the British boys on that.
Yeah, well, I know you're supporting Max, and I think that's something he might like.
Yeah,
Sarah
and
Chopper,
Diane.
meanwhile, is at the top. Now, this is another quite old school move. It's sort of like a double guppy squeezing that triangle volume.
Super interesting. Ooh.
Well, she's got one hand on it and really needs to bring that body weight over and sit down on those feet on the volume.
Yeah. I missed this first move. It was a jump out and...
Should be a kind of, yeah, like almost like a palm.
Oh, okay.
According to the setters.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, quite a physical start into a real wrestly top for the women.
Yeah.
Oh, big move on that right crimp.
Ooh, it looks pretty bad as well. Like, it doesn't look in-cut at all. It's pretty slopey.
Yeah, it's a hard, really physical move up to that zone and then beyond. The top hold is not too bad, but getting there is a tricky one. I guess you've got to kind of kick those feet out right.
Yeah. Are these the kind of moves you like?
Do I like? I mean, I like to look at them.
Oh, see, this is what I mean on the women's one.
Oh, okay, so
and
she's
then
going...
a quick yeah, like that.
So Sarah was trying to stand more directly.
Yeah, and I think that's why they place the volumes there to stop you from being able to stand directly up and then jumping over.
Yeah, and I was talking before you came about that wood texture on the wall, which is so hard. I mean, you can't really stand on it. It's basically a no-tech surface.
It's really pretty, though.
It is, isn't it? I like it, yeah. And there's a boulder to come at the very end with zero texture on any of the holds. That's on the far right.
I've not managed to have a look at the far right boulders, but I guess we'll see them soon.
Yeah, they've gone kind of like full no-tex on that one, which is interesting.
Perfect. Oh, is it this running along boulder?
Yes,
okay,
exactly.
I see.
Yeah, so we are looking here at Sarah Chopper as she tries to get a toe in.
God, it seems mean to put the zone so high up.
Yeah, you're right, actually. I sort of hadn't noticed that, because usually they're midway through, but that one right at the top. So you have to climb a lot, get a point, and then just do one move to finish the thing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know whether you watched the Youth Worlds last night in the women's category, but they put one of the zones as the second last hole, and I just thought it was so mean.
Yeah, it's up to the setters where they put it. I like that springing jump over on the left. That's Emma there. Oh. Okay, so with a minute 20 to go, not much progress going on here at the moment, Eugenie.
No. But I guess we're just at the start of the round, so as more climbers come out, you might see them get further up.
That's such an awkward move. You've got to explode out of that position and be precise with that right foot.
I really want to see someone get up this. This looks like a great boulder.
So it's so interesting that you look at that, because I know athletes who would come in here and hate that boulder, but obviously it's something that you like.
Well, I think one of my favourite things is squirming. I really like to just squirm up a boulder. It looks like that kind of boulder, so...
I'm going to bring squirming into my everyday climbing.
Yeah.
Sarah tries to get kind of like a backdrop knee, swings over instead, and locks in a heel hook on the left.
She looks super strong on these slopes.
She's one to watch for the combined on Sunday as well. She's good at both. Guillermo's struggling with that crimp. He's trying to match it, but it's a tiny one to do that on. And Emma with this flick over. That was much better. She's in. 18 seconds though, hasn't got a lot of time. Needs to get this perfectly to get to the top. Not quite. She tried to bring that left toe onto something.
I don't think she'll have time to go back. Super delicate top.
Yeah, it is, which is a bit hard after that beginning, you know.
Yeah.
So do you
I
think,
guess you're so tired from pressing between those two volumes.
do you think that the way she was doing that is the way? That's the way you would do it, right?
I'm not sure. I was trying to read this from below. I think so. Looking at how she did that, yeah, I think that's the way. When I read it, I thought it would be good, like left hand to the first crimp and then right to the top. But that just looks way better.
Yeah, and that was what she tried to do in the last 6 seconds or so of her round. Couldn't get it done. So we move forward once again. Lucia Tarkas on for the women. There she is on the left.
Is that the first woman to get the zone on women's one?
I think it was, yes. Yeah, we will show you the scores, don't worry. There's not much point this early on in the competition. It's super interesting, that line of chalk she's got up her arm. What's going on with that one? Maybe
Where are you seeing this?
on her right arm, she's got like a big strip of chalk. I think maybe to tap, or maybe she's just being over-enthusiastic.
Yeah, a bit over enthusiastic.
You can see that.
Okay.
I don't know why I spotted that, but I did. And then Giev 11 from Israel.
I really like the start of this boulder as well. Quite delicate.
What do you call that thumb press? Because you're a British climber.
Thumb press.
I was told it was like thunderclings.
I've not had that in ages, actually.
I always use thumb scrag.
I've never heard of that. That doesn't sound right. I quite like the. How do you say that again? Thundercling.
Thunderclings, yeah.
Yeah. Just bring that back. I've not heard that since I was a junior.
It reminds me of Thundercats, you see. Great cartoon.
Okay.
So it always makes me smile when I hear that.
I used to love that.
Yeah, it's great. Still great.
Still great.
Well,
Although they've reanimated it, it doesn't look so good anymore.
Have they really?
Yeah,
I've missed this.
Quite sad to see.
I've got the original somewhere. I don't know why we're talking about Thundercats, but
yeah,
it's...
sorry.
No, I'm all down for it, don't you worry. So Gev 11 got into the zone. We'll have to wait and see if he's awarded that. I think he should have. He moved his feet around a bit.
That looked like a really good position to jump from.
Yeah, Lucia's making good progress with 3 minutes on the clock.
I wonder for this move if you can backstep when you go up to that crimp. Yeah, kind of like how she almost gummed it.
So backstep as in, like, so you bring your left foot kind of behind you onto the yellow ball?
Yeah. Okay. Or I guess you could, like, scum it. Just to keep you in the wall.
It's quite a precise move to do it like that. You know, to coordinate going up, looking right, bring that back left.
I guess it's quite new school. I mean, most of these climbers will have done loads of that, I'd expect. Oh, that just looks so hard.
Yeah, it really does. It's walking across the wall this morning before anyone was here. It was the one that caught my attention, just because you don't often see boulders quite that crimpy like that anymore.
Yeah, it's a proper board boulder.
She did what she said there. Yeah, you said.
Yeah, I hope she gets it. I mean, she's got 2 minutes left, so I think she'll get that.
Yeah, and then Gev 11 there lost his chalk ball, I think, and we're looking at one of the top holes on women's one there.
Yeah, that looked pretty bad.
Gever as well, off that left foot before he could stand up. This is Florence falling off the red press at the top. Timotei coming down as well. So Eugenie, tell me about the GB team at the moment. How's everyone feeling? Because it's great to see Max so high in the order.
Yeah, I mean, Max is looking in great shape. Same with Diane. They both came out and smashed it the other day. Max especially with the only person to top all the boulders. I think people are feeling pretty good, yeah. Especially after the Olympics, had quite a lot of success for GB there.
Yes, just a little bit. That gold
just
medal
a
for
little
Toby.
bit, yeah. And then we had Erin in finals as well as Hamish.
Oh, it was so good to watch both
good.
of those, yeah.
I know. I was so happy for Hamish as well. I think that's the happiest I've seen him at a comp.
Yeah, I feel like he's gone through a real journey in the last couple of years. You know, from the World Champs where he came so close but didn't quite get that gold.
Really embraced it, I think.
Agreed. Right, Lucia Tarkas is pushing her way up on Boulder 1. Less than a minute now. She's come close to the top twice. And this is this, what did you call it? Like that wiggle move?
Yeah, a wiggle.
A wiggle. Slithering her way across. And so precise with her foot on that no-tex wood. Brings her left foot up this time, but then changes her mind.
Yeah. Oh.
much better with the coordination move, planted everything at the right time.
I think you definitely do need that foot on the yellow because the crimp looks really bad.
Smooth through this first move, though, to really lock that in. Florence goes up on women's 2, and Geva falling on the same position, just a little bit further on the zone. And Lucia has one last chance.
She's got that locked in.
Yeah, but this move has proved really tricky for her. Better!
Oh, no. She's so exciting to watch. She was great in Salt Lake.
Yeah, I agree with you. She's just, there's something different about the way she climbs that I quite like seeing.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, well, this is a shot from backstage. We've got a fixed cam in there.
Wall.
That's a bit sneaky, isn't it? Do the athletes know that's there?
I don't think so.
I feel like we should go warn them.
Yeah, maybe.
You're on camera, guys. Watch it.
Yeah.
But let's see some replays of the top, or near the top. Right hand, it was clawing in for a sec.
Yeah, and then her foot popped. Super close. She looks happy, though.
Yeah, there was kind of a rueful smile, wasn't
yeah,
it?
she was like, close enough.
All right, I think all 4 boulders are in action. Franziska Sterrer comes on from Austria. She's trying to work this out as well. Now, I did the same thing when I walked up to her. I sort of tried to press it.
Oh, yeah.
And couldn't, because it's zero texture on that.
Yeah.
And then the run, I think, is an easier way.
Yeah, definitely the way.
Straight away, you've got to have some warm shoulders for that. And for the...
yeah, and the second boulder.
yes, true.
Yeah. I was thinking, I was like, oof, after those 2, you'll be definitely feeling the burn.
Yeah, you can see her flex those shoulders there,
Yeah.
trying to work a bit of tension out. And gets a heel hook. She's not standing on the jib yet.
Yeah. Looks a little bit uncomfortable for her to get that foot close in.
And Edvard Gruvitz, the tall man.
Oh, what a grimace.
Yeah, I love watching him climb as well, because he always seems to work out different solutions. He uses his height really well.
Yeah, okay.
Pretty sure he's up into the 182s, so tall man.
Wow, that is pretty tall.
Now, Franziska on the left is doing this wiggle method, right hip onto the no-tex, and just kind of trying to gain some height underneath that big blue volume.
I've never really thought about how they could place volumes to sort of just... oh, it's Molly. 1 second.
All right, so we saw Sarah Chopper there fall from the top of that physical boulder in the middle. And then that's Emma from Czech Republic in the middle. And this is back to Franziska Sterrer, who is making progress on this, looking way more comfortable.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
It's a long way, though, from that hold.
Yeah, I like it. I'm not sure if it'll work.
Yeah, you'd have to be very, very tall to stretch all the way across, and you'd have to unlock the legs at some point as well.
She is one of the taller athletes, though, right?
Yeah, true. And she's certainly trying to make it work.
Yeah. Oh.
See, that's the problem. You can get it, but I don't think you can get it enough to hold the swing.
Yeah.
Edvards is struggling on M1 as well, having a long look at the beginning.
We've not had much of a look at this. Is it M3?
Yeah, he's going feet first. He's already got through some nasty crimps just to get here.
Yeah.
Jamming that right. I reckon Max might like a move like that.
Yeah. They put these upside down toe hook moves in our qualifiers as well. I really liked it.
You like all the weird moves, don't you?
Yeah, I quite like weird climbing, I think.
It's good, this. I like having someone in the commentary box who's got a different perspective on this stuff.
Yeah, well, I didn't really start very strong as a climber, so I learned how to wiggle instead, wiggle up a boulder.
She says being a world-class GB athlete. Fair enough. Right, Franziska gets that right hand over. Now she's got to somehow unlock that right hip, though.
Yeah. It's a shame. I feel like she's sort of a bit too locked into this method to try. Ooh, wow. That was so close.
Yeah, the thing is, you're palming down with the right hand. You're going to be
Yeah.
sweaty after all that pushing.
Yeah.
But I liked it. It's a cool
Yeah,
boulder.
I kind of like that.
You don't often see some horizontal action on a boulder wall, so it's cool
Maybe
to
she
see.
should look into that method.
Yeah. So Emma now on women's 2. Let's see the bottom. We haven't seen much of this start. It's a big kind of palm out right, fall into it.
Yeah.
Stands up on the jib. It's not too difficult to read this boulder. It's just hard to execute it.
Yeah. It looks so tiring.
And now, yeah, I think the fatigue kicking in there, as you said.
I mean, both of those boulders are so shouldery. Or backy, I guess.
Yeah, well, the athletes will leave, and it's coming up to 12:30 here in Villars, and it's very, very warm out there, although nicely shaded on the wall, as you can see. The audience gathering down at the front. That's the isolation area in the back. Not all the athletes are there. There's a few isolation sections to this stadium, and the main warm-up wall is outside, right?
Yeah, it's like a 5-minute drive away. They have shuttles getting us from that warm-up area to the ISO behind the stage.
This is Laura Rogera from Italy. She's fresh from the Olympics. I can't believe she's not on a beach, but she is here.
Just struggling with that first start.
This might be a boulder she quite likes, actually. It's pretty static, kind of pressy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Laura just seems so into her competitions at the moment. She never seems to miss any of them.
Committed to the season. It must be so hard jumping off. The mats here are quite spongy, like soft, so it must be quite hard getting the height.
I'm glad you said that. I find it so difficult to run on mats full stop.
I always feel like I'm going to fall over.
Yes. And I've smashed myself into the wall enough times to sort of be wary of those moves.
Yeah. Looks like she was trying to get something out of that volume. I don't think she'll find anything.
This is Thorben Perry-Blom from Team Germany, who had quite a lot of success in the speed comp last night.
Oh, he was doing speed as well?
No, he wasn't. The Team Germany did well.
I was going to say.
Yeah, there aren't many. There's a South African lady who does it, and her name has completely escaped me, but she does speed and boulder and lead.
Oh, wow.
Which is one of the few, I think.
That's cool. I love to watch speed, but I hate to try it.
I guess you kind of missed that first, the Triple Olympics in Tokyo, where they were all 3 combined.
Yeah, but they were doing like a combined format for the youth. Do you remember, like, I think there was like a Youth Olympics or something like that.
Gosh, no, I don't remember.
No, it wasn't Youth Olympics. I can't remember what it was. But they made us do all 3, and that's back when...
Do you want to reveal your time live on air?
Oh, I don't know. It was probably awful. At that point, we had one speed wall in the UK, and it was in Scotland.
Right.
And I lived in London, so...
Quite far away.
Yeah, I think my practice for speed was at Innsbruck.
But Team GB's women's record got beaten the other day by Ava.
Yes, by Ava. So good. She was psyched with it. I think it was previously held by Shauna.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so it's cool that we have an actual speed athlete with the record now.
Yeah, I agree, and it's only her 4th competition as well, so she's got a lot of potential.
She's doing really good on it.
So Laura looking frustrated out of the audience here with 2 minutes 20 on the clock.
Yeah, I'm not quite finding her rhythm on this boulder.
Yeah, all 4 boulders in action here. Our Brushy team doing a good job. I've just been told that it was the Youth Olympics.
Was it the Youth Olympics?
Yeah.
Okay. It was such a long time ago now. I was like 17, maybe 16.
I think it was a bit before my comp time.
Oh, really?
I think so. I haven't done this long.
Oh, really?
No, about 3 years doing it properly, so.
Have I been around longer than you then?
Sorry?
Have I been around longer than you?
Quite probably in this scene, yeah. Epic TV days, maybe not.
Oh, wow.
Right, Ntsiatakis is just requesting a brush on that press, and Laura is lying down, as we've seen quite a few do.
Yeah.
She's not looking to try to flick herself over, though.
No, I think she really does need to do that, though. She's not going to reach it, just like Francisca.
No, I mean, Francisca had the stretch, had the reach. I don't think Lara does, but she'll try to find anything. She loves a horrible... Oh, she does go for the jump.
Oh.
And look, and sort of
Yeah,
realised
she
that
knows
was
she
it.
can do that.
This is women's 3. Frustration there.
Not had much of a look on this boulder.
I love the men's 3, all these toe jams.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah, real sort of outdoor style boulder, this.
Lots of toe hooks. Oh, interesting. I think the last person we saw tried to go the other way around.
Yeah,
on that.
feet first through
feet
that.
first.
So Laura pressing her way upwards. She looked with that head shake that she'd figured it out. Not a lot of time though. She's got to get this really now.
Yeah.
And she does get it right. That'll be a zone then if she gets the next one. Oh, 18 seconds, she knows. A little look at the clock and a big spring up, pouncing in, but totally missing the left foot.
Didn't read that.
Oh, she doesn't want to leave, does she?
No.
She looks back. All right, Sarah Chopper is out next. Let's see if we can see Laura coming back into eyes. So, yeah, there she
You
is.
can see Fanny waiting for her go.
Yeah, Fanny Schubert sitting there. The athletes won't be allowed to talk to each other. And that was it immediately. The second she didn't get the right hand on, she was just annoyed.
There is that little warm-up wall behind the wall, but all of the holds are so new and clean. I touched them and was losing skin, so I was just like, okay, guess we're not doing that.
Well, so how? Just explain that for people. So because they're new, they're rougher.
Yeah. Yeah, it was almost like some of the texture was coming off in your hands as well. So.
Oh, not great.
Yeah.
Yeah, my skin is hurting in sympathy for you. Right, Katja Debovitz is out. She's had struggle with a shoulder injury. It got a bit better, and then I think it was during the qualification she looked like she'd re-injured it.
Oh no.
But she hasn't got any strapping on it now, so that's good.
Yeah.
Nicolo is underway there for Italy. Crimpy at the very edge of the boulder with the volume with the fingertips. Fingernails, I should say. And Graham, now this is the no-tech sort of run thing. Apart from that starting hold, nothing's got any friction on it at all. And there's one of those white, clear zone holds we can see on the right.
I feel like my shins are screaming looking at this.
Yeah, for anyone who's not seen yet, the Alex Honnold bashing his shins on an IFSC boulder on YouTube. You should go and watch that. It's very it's an interesting look how one of the world's...
Where was this?
This was in Salt Lake City, so he was commentating with me.
Yeah.
And we got him to try
I
one of the
remember seeing
boulders.
this, yeah.
But I saw him at the Olympics. He told me he thought he might have chipped his shin. It was that bad. Like he's still in pain from it.
It was funny to see how terrified he was,
considering
like his feet. Like it's crazy.
But you guys are tough. Like people don't get how scary this style of climbing is.
I mean, we're not as tough as him.
He would say the opposite. He'd say what you guys do is crazier than what he does. So Sarah has no feet here, now gets a high left foot. She's into the zone well. There's a big move coming into the final hold.
Yeah. Is there texture on that side that you get your feet on?
On the zone hold? Yes, I think so.
On this hold?
On the dish. Oh, on the left. Cannot remember. I think so.
Okay.
We're looking at men's number 3. There are a few options to this. You can start out like he's doing, or you can sort of face in. It's easier if you do this, like this.
Yeah, I think I prefer the face out.
Yeah. The fall down as Emma pulls on once more. I haven't talked too much about women's 3, but this is a big move from a good hold to a good hold, but it's so awkward.
There's so much going on that boulder. I think I'd really struggle to read it.
Yeah, where her right foot is, there's a good pocket underneath there.
Yeah.
Cuts loose, goes feet first there. She'll be happy to get some feet engaged.
These flat holds are really bad that she's coming up to. And it looks like there's not much to go up from.
No. Right, to keep an eye on M3 as well. He's got that right toe in, goes with the hands first this time. And now goes feet first.
This boulder looks so cool. They've done such a good job with the setting.
I think you're right, yeah, they have.
Yeah.
And this wall, although we've seen it a few times, it does give lots of options. They don't really like the corner feature so much.
No.
This is Katja pressing in, as you've seen a lot of people do, hip into the no-tex, and she's getting called down by the judge, and she would have wanted to be told that a bit earlier. It's kind of a late call.
Yeah, I wonder if that'll get some sort of an appeal later on.
Francisca Stera stands, her hands on her hips, looking at women's two, breathing really deeply.
Yeah.
It's a pretty physical set of boulders out there. Sarah Chopper drops out of our screen. Emma, meanwhile, goes again for this. She had a bit of a rest, but looks like she's drained of power.
Mm. Oh.
Getting close. He won't be awarded that zone. Didn't
No.
use it. And Sarah falling in the same place as she did before. It always. How do you work out the feet movements on a boulder like this? Like, do you plan it in your head before? Or do you just go with the flow when you're on the climb?
I plan it in my head, but if I'm completely honest, as soon as I step on, it's gone, and it's whatever happens.
That says it all, doesn't it? Red face, exhausted, and not doing the boulder. It's a
Bit
hard
of a scream as well.
Yeah. Katja did the launch across, but she's going to be a bit frustrated by that one as well.
Yeah.
Now, do remember you can check out the IFSC app if you want to get live updates on the scoring. And I'll just let you know, I'm going onto it myself right now. So, yeah, you can check that. It tells you exactly who's winning. And for the women, Sarah Chopper is leading the way. But only zones, no tops for the women so far. And for the men, Edvard Gruvitz with a top on M2, but that's the only top so far out of the 7 who have gone. Right, Fanny Gibert is on. I haven't seen her compete in what feels like a long time, but of course it was at the OQS, so not too far along.
She did really well in Salt Lake, right?
Yeah. So Ilias, who did so well in Innsbruck. I'd like to
Yeah,
get...
super strong climber.
Laura has a knee involved, cool to see.
There's a lot of Germans in this semis. What a strong team.
Yes, they've really committed to it, haven't they?
Yeah.
There is a potential knee bar in women's number 2, by the way, between that red volume and the grey.
Yeah, we
volume.
saw one of the first Slovenian girls doing it. Looked like it fit her really well.
Yeah, and then
Helped her get to the zone, I think.
Yes, exactly. I don't think it doesn't allow you to rest, but just allows you to move a little bit.
Yeah, to get over it a bit on those really bad holds.
Yeah. Gave 11 with a shake of his head. It's a boulder that he'd like, oh, look at this. So we've got some
we
progress.
missed the start.
Yeah, got to that no-tex clear hold. Then fell. This is Timajay's last climb. And it's Tsihatakis here wrestling her way into the zone. Matching underneath, fighting hard.
I wonder if she enjoys a boulder like this, where you can just like get stuck in and fight for it.
She's a good lead climber as well.
Yeah.
So she's got a lot of endurance to hang around on moves like this. Oh, this is different from Fanny
wow.
Gibert. Oh, and then a full spin. That's awesome.
Oh, that was good. I wonder how she got into that position.
Yeah, I certainly don't think it was her plan.
No.
I love the double spins in there.
Yeah.
Oh, powerful stuff on M2.
Oh,
Latches that
nice.
zone.
We've not seen much progress on this, have we?
No, we haven't. This is Thorben here. One move away. Redlining.
He was really fighting for that.
All right, Laura's got the knee again, makes some adjustments, looks up, pinches the edge of the volume. So much tension needed for that. And stumbles backwards. I thought she'd fall on the brush for a second. I think she's all right.
Yeah, she seems okay.
You see Tsihatakis hits the sloper with the right hand, makes a match. Could we see our first top here?
Yeah.
Oh, she's super low.
This looks good though. It looked like she found that position really well. The drop knee. And oh,
So many bumps at the top of
Yeah.
these boulders. She wants a brush, hasn't got a lot of time. Fanny Gibert is shaking out those arms. Gev 11, meanwhile, is going again. Toe hooks underneath, holds the swing, slaps onto nothing, though, with the left hand.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Fanny Gibert do this again.
Yeah, same.
She's doing this run. She's trying to sort of figure out this angle. Comes in. Is she going to turn? She is, I think.
I think she is. And so this is how she got into that.
So facing the audience now. This is actually looking pretty good from her. Oh, it does make it work. Really cool to see that, figuring out her own way. But she's only got a minute for this last move, and we know it might take a few attempts to get it right. Eyes up that crimp, springs towards it. Nearly held it with finger strength alone.
The start of this boulder reminds me of a boulder I was climbing in Paris not too long ago. They have such good setting there.
Yeah, I think the gyms in Paris had quite a few climbers coming through it during the Olympics.
For sure.
Tsiatakis with a big left drop knee to get into this position. Hits the sloper again. She's only got 28 seconds. Gev 11 as well. He's into the zone. One move away from him. All action here in the middle of the wall. We can just see Gev still. We can see Tsiatakis wrestling. It's going to be a hard bump. She misses it, but Gev 11 gets it.
Nice. That's the first stop on that.
Him and his brother are so physical. You should check out their training page if you haven't on Instagram. And Laura makes the move across, but she's not going to have enough time.
I wonder if she got the zone on any of her other attempts. I didn't see her do it.
Yeah, I didn't see it on camera, but yeah, we'll have a little check.
Check the results now.
So let's watch a replay of M4. Do we see a top here, running into the zone? Again, no texture until this sequence of holds. There are some texture here. He did. Looks like it is a top, perhaps. Right hand through, left, easy campus to finish.
I love these see-through holds.
Must feel so good to get some actual holds after all that running around on no texture.
Yeah. Now we've got Selma.
Yeah, another member of Team France in action here. Selma tries to pull into that first position.
The braids are so good. so good.
Catch a Devovitz on screen there. This is Oren Prihed, qualified near the midway point in this semis. And Edvard, I can't wait to see how he does this, because he's definitely got...
Francisca making quick work of this.
And keep an eye on Francisca Stera on the right as well. She gets set up for what we think is a bump with the left hand, but she might try crossing the right.
Yeah, I wonder.
Such a savage bump, that.
She always comes off the boulders smiling. It's a good mindset to have on the mats.
Yeah, agreed. And Edvard's made good progress well. He got into the zone. Catcher with an inside right flag. This is where Laura had this knee in action.
This boulder looks like my anti-boulder. I don't like the look of it.
Slaps right, has that heel locked in underneath it. She needs to match, kind of wrestle this volume.
Yeah.
There's nothing she's standing on, there's no jib, it's just the volume. That's so strong from her, though.
That's amazing.
Wrapping around, two hands in.
Yeah. Locked in with the heel and the frog. Looks like she's got a bit of a knee scum as well.
Yeah, pressing against that red volume.
Yeah. Looks a bit stuck now, though.
The thing is, she can't move that right
she got
heel.
it out.
Up she goes, holds it one hand away, makes the match. That's a big one. Yeah, that meant a lot for her. Got that done with 2.5 minutes left as well. It's quick. Selma with those braids. And this is Emma finishing off her competition with this coordination style move. Paddling her way across. Francisca Stera, you just get this little feeling she's emptying the tank on every single boulder here.
Yeah, it's great to see. She puts on a good fight.
Yeah. Spins through. This looks so smooth from her.
Yeah, she looks really strong in these positions, catching everything pretty high.
Yeah, she trains in the big Innsbruck gym. They've been working hard all summer.
Looks a little bit powered out from the last go, and possibly the last 2 boulders.
Exactly. Like, how much more has she got?
Yeah.
Selma not really very comfortable here yet. A lot of the athletes have been lying down on this right
No,
sloper.
it looks like she's struggling to bring that left hand onto the hold. It looks like she's uncomfortable there.
Yeah. She's got the right idea with the jump, but can't quite
can't
unlock
bring
it.
this shoulder round.
There's Nicolo there in the centre of your screen on M2.
Just wiping his shoes. These mats collect a lot of chalk.
So Selma looks pressing out now.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's even more awkward with the shoulders from that angle.
I mean, that looked solid from her, though. That looked like a good position for her.
Yeah, it's well worked out. I mean, she had to try something with a minute to go, you know. And now she works her way back into that position. That's the problem. You've still got to rotate into it.
I mean, she could try it the way Fanny.
This is Costera screaming away. I think she's running out of time.
Pouring out the emotions.
Yeah, it's interesting, the European champs. It means quite a lot to people, I think. Yeah, something
I
you
mean,
wanna
it's the
win.
European champs.
Yeah.
Like, any sort of championship. It's like,
Oh, look at that.
Big one.
Flowing through from Martin.
nice.
And of course, the position that you get in this as well dictates if you get into the combined comp on Sunday.
Right, okay.
So they'll be wanting to get into that to fight.
I wonder how many people are competing in the combined format.
Usually 8 go
Okay.
through, so it's the top 8 from Boulder and
okay.
Lead scores.
Oh, okay.
You can see Ataka's nodding away in the background. Selma's still climbing with 3 seconds to go. Oh, and falls. It's not going to be a zone for her. Might have bumped her head on the way down as well. Are we going to see a top here?
Let's play back row.
Oh, he really had to fight for it. He's going to get it.
Wow.
Oren, good work from him
That
on
looks
men
so
2.
uncomfortable.
That could be the first top I think we've seen on M1.
Yeah, I think so. Nice. Sophia.
Yeah, Sophia is on. She is the home favourite here in Switzerland. Kind of qualified, about mid-pack in 10th. And we'll be looking to get a bit of a better semi-final score.
Yeah, it will be good for the Swiss crowd.
Yeah, she lives in Innsbruck now, trains there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, Diane's out. Woo.
All right, go on, tell me a bit about Diane from a GB perspective.
He is super strong.
Does he, sort of this crimpy boulder one, is it his style of boulder or what's more his preference?
I think he prefers like pinchy, slopey pinches. I don't know whether you've climbed at the depot, but you know those orange slopers, those kind of things. I think he's pretty good on crimp as well.
Fanny wrestling her way around, as we'd expect, but not making progress.
Fanny's so fun to watch. She's always finding a different way.
Yeah, she does. And yeah, her career continuing on. Big encouragement here as Blum comes up, trying to get underneath this undercling. I mean, you can't make a move pinching it like that, surely. You've got to flick that right hand around.
I mean, boys always amaze me. They're really strong.
So Sophia is trying to creep up left, needs to start going right.
Diane on M1. I'm not sure whether he likes these kind of moves.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's more powerful than it looks as well. Sophia, though, hasn't quite figured out this start yet.
Who are your predictions for finals?
All good as me. I mean, it's a hard one to call with the European champs because you often see people kind of coming out of nowhere sometimes.
Yeah.
I think the top 8 of the semi-final are pretty strong when you look at that.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to look past that, but I mean, someone like Sophia, I'd give her an outside chance of getting through to the finals if she has a good couple of runs. But yeah, the top 8 really are all World Cup athletes, super, super strong. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah,
Manu
it's
Cordu.
really up there. I know, so good.
I know.
Kind of sorry if he hears this, but an old boy.
I'll make sure
But
he finds out.
Climbing really well. He looks strong at the moment.
Did you see his, I talked about it earlier, Manu's opening ceremony dance he did? It's so good.
Such a showman.
I know. I wouldn't have expected anything less from him, but it was good to see. Right, Sophia is trying to go right, but she's still kind of stuck in the middle of this opening sequence of moves here. Creeping that right foot up. There's nothing to stand on, just no text.
Yeah.
Diane's done better.
Yeah, he's getting through this.
Oh, he's kind of stuck in that position.
Yeah, I don't think Sophia's quite read down the palm and catch way.
And that's Laura not having the best of afternoons so far. Gev 11, meanwhile, eyes up the last move. I reckon this should be pretty simple for him, and he does get it done.
Nice. I wonder what the temperature is on the wall, because it's in the shade. So it usually feels pretty cold here in the shade, but in the sun it's crazy.
Yeah, it's boiling, isn't it? And it was 24 degrees when we started, but that was presumably just the outside general temperature, not the one by the wall.
Okay. They're quite lucky that the boulder wall is sheltered because the lead wall isn't.
Yeah,
and the
true.
other day it was in the sun a bit.
Yeah, I said to the organisers how impressed I was by the roof, because having seen a few roofs
I
in
mean,
my
I think
time,
we need some more roofs.
Yes, exactly that.
Given
Given what's happened at some World Cups, it's nice to have a massive roof. So
Very
well done,
needed.
organisers, on that one. Apparently it was a bit of a battle to get it in, but definitely worth it.
looks good as well.
Yeah. So Laura has 40 seconds to go, still looking fresh as she hits the sloper. Sticks.
I don't know how she stays on sometimes. She battles so hard. It's really impressive to watch.
A lot of endurance, isn't she? Well, she will leave with 24 seconds to go. In fact, most people are leaving now who haven't completed the boulder. Diane, I don't know, he's still on, as is Sophia, who just cannot work this one out.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Well, yeah. Yeah, I just didn't really work that one out.
In your experience with a boulder like that, do you go back after a comp and rewatch it and just think, that's the way, or is it just, do you let it go?
It keeps me up at night.
Really?
Yeah, there's boulders from qualifiers. I'm just like,
Oh, no.
why didn't you have your brain switched on? It's so hard when you're out there.
It is. We can see the scoreboard now, so Katja Debovic's leading the way. Francisca runs on.
had a big scratch on her face.
Yeah, well, I was trying to see that, if it was a scratch, if it was because she was getting very red in the face. I think it's a bit of both. I don't think it's quite as nasty as it looked there.
Okay.
And Roxanne, sorry. And that's the men's results. So up to 6th, Kruger down there, Gev 11 leading the way, but low scoring round so far as we hit
really
the
low.
halfway point. Loving the chalk bag. It's a big chalk bag to carry up a wall, would you?
Yeah. Wonder how heavy that is.
Yeah, the eyes alone. She's looking in a better position though. She presses with that left foot on the jib.
Got some tape on that little finger.
Oh yeah, good spot.
What's happened there?
Yeah, the athletes did have a rest day yesterday for the speed.
Yeah. They actually had 2 rest days. Yeah. I think this is the most rest people have had for comps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no rest from now on though. It's like back to back
Yeah,
till
it's
Sunday.
yeah.
And that's Selma in the background. And that is Toma there from Israel, trying to figure out the opening moves of Boulder 1. Selma making
Selma
progress, got the
pretty
heel
high.
in.
Got the zone.
Up
I
drains the
wonder
right
if she
hand.
can find the same.
Oh, and we got a top on M2. I like the way she brought that right hand higher, because it gives you room for that left.
Yeah, to bring it in.
Yeah. Maybe it leaves you a bit stretched out, I don't know. Siska Stera, we haven't seen her face. It is you're right, it is a bit of a scrape on that right cheek.
Painful.
See, Alex? Honnold? It's tough. It's tough. Oh, Roxanne is so controlled with
Yeah,
that
that's good.
leg to bring the balance in. She uses that big chalk back well. And she'll take her time here. It's a good position to be in. Chalking up, making sure she's ready, gets this right foot lined up, and starts to eye up this pounce move up. think that match is almost impossible without some kind of a foot engaged.
Yeah, I think she'll realise that the next go.
Edvard's is a bit
Nice.
wild, but latches the
Yeah.
top hold. When you're tall like that, you've got a lot of
He
leg
looks
coming
so
with you.
long on the wall.
Yeah. Oh, and a big fall there as well. It's Katja in action there. She's our current leader. Well, she was last time we saw that score. Francisca Stera still giving it her all on the right. And Nicolo on the left, just requesting a brush on M3. Katja into the first of the slope is really good position. We saw Laura getting very low on that. She's more in the middle.
They had their foot up for this next hold. On that volcano-looking hold.
I'm always surprised you guys don't land on your head more often when you do this.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. I don't think I land on my head too much.
I like how much you're telling me about your sort of like comp failings here as much as your successes. And look, she's got that left foot engaged, matches the top.
Good.
It blocks that final hold though.
Yeah.
Got to be super accurate with this.
Looks really hard to move your foot up from this position.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, nice.
Stabs.
Oh,
No!
no.
Oh, I thought she was totally in there.
That was so good. I didn't read that inside.
No, I didn't either. I wonder if it did leave her a little off balance doing it like that.
Yeah,
she-
maybe.
She looked good.
Yeah. I thought it looked pretty stable.
Yeah. Score on the right, Katja Devovic is still leading the way. Sarah Chopper after that, Lucia Tarka, so two Slovenians into top 3. Fanny Gibert, Laura Rogera down to 5th. As we're watching Selma here as she goes up into the right-hand press. Yeah, one of those boulders where there isn't really a hold. It's all just sort of palming and squeezing. Brings that left leg through.
I wonder if she can get that knee stuck in. No.
And Roxana, that's better.
Nice.
First
So
top.
good. Yeah, first top of that boulder.
Perfect start for her then. Got close the time before, reset, got it done. Great work. Katja Devovic, meanwhile, will want to cement herself on the top spot.
I think she's got this in her. Oh,
Brings them
maybe
right.
not.
I think for the first time there we saw a problem with it, because by bumping, you haven't got to go around the volume. With the right hand, you've got to kind of move your whole way through.
It's a lot further to travel.
Yeah. So everyone breathing hard in this waiting area. That's the wall in the background Eugenie was saying was pretty rough for the hands, and no one is touching it at the moment.
I get.
He's going with some sandpaper at some point, sort it out.
Yeah.
Right, Agathe is on from France. I haven't seen her in a comp for a bit, actually. Nice to see her back.
The last one she was in. She was definitely in Salt Lake. I think she made semis there.
Yeah, has a really interesting style as well. And Sophia, meanwhile, is on women's 2. Struggled with women's 1, so she'll be looking for a bit of a redemption here.
Yeah. I think women's 2 lets you find your flow a little bit more than women's 1.
Yeah. This is Antonine from France. He's kind of almost pulling down on that thumb rather than pressing up. Which is working for him. Agathe, meanwhile, is pressing her way into the starting position.
Yeah, nice. Just
Immediately reads
found
that as
that
well.
good position.
She's trying to put a knee into it, brings the right foot, flicks herself around.
Nice.
Oh, that's about as far as you could possibly rotate into the wall, kicking off to stop herself.
I think that hold her left hand was on is pretty good, so. Looked like they were fighting over the brush then.
I like that. Two French teammates having a little battle.
Got Diane.
And Diane as well is up looking so strong on M2.
Yeah. I feel like this boulder is the boulder for the Brits.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Max on this later. Oh, that's...
Oh! So close.
Yeah, he got 2 hands but didn't show control, won't be awarded it. Sophia, meanwhile, she presses up. Needs to get a score here.
I like the colour coordination.
Of the red and the red.
Yeah, the red and the red.
And they've got blue and blue here as well.
Yeah.
As Fanny Gibert makes her way through. I love that swing the athletes are
that was
doing.
nice.
Super relaxed, arms straight, just not fighting the movement. And now she is fighting a little bit. She tries to get the feet in. Holds are pretty good under there, but you just don't want to hang around for too long.
No, it'll be very taxing.
And that left heel didn't look properly seated and she falls. Elias grabs one of the brushes. He'll have another go at M3. Edvard still leading the way. Thorben has a think about this run and jump.
Oh, nice. Do you ever practice things like this? Or do you stay away from
every
it?
time I see one in the gym, I go in the opposite direction.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard, those coordination moves. I do think if you've been like brought up climbing in that style, it helps a little bit. It's a hard one to learn.
Yeah. It's really cool watching some like really young kids do things like that now.
Yeah. Elias blows with those fingers. He's still got time on the clock, as does Sophia, who's wrestling her way through.
This is a slightly different position that we've seen.
This is looking pretty good.
Yeah, that was looking good.
Fanny gets to this position, she always just starts to kind of snatch at the holds a bit. Hits the sloper though. This is the heel that blew last time. Looks better
She's
this
taking
time.
a little bit more time now.
Yeah, no.
She just looks a bit uncomfortable on that sloper.
Yeah.
I don't think she likes it too much.
I think you're right. Diane, after getting 2 hands on the final hold, hasn't got it yet.
Yeah. I mean, this is such a limit boulder. You need a good end. It's almost like best goes, first go.
Yes.
Best go, best go.
Yeah, and I don't know if he'll be able to repeat that as well. And then Gats, we haven't talked about her for a bit.
Yeah. I'd like to see her do this.
So stabbing right, this is all good. She's got 35 seconds. Has a bit of a breath as she gets ready for the next move.
She definitely has time to do this. Again, not reading the... But it looked like she was going for a swap foot.
Yeah. And Fanny falls again. She's done, I think. Elias goes. Laura, she's not a massive fan of moves like this. Let's see if she can know it.
One of the taller girls was able to go from the start into the next crimp and then go again. And it looked like she could keep...
Forget first go, best go.
Yeah,
Last go,
wow.
best go. Seconds to go, he completes that. And that's going to help his score no end. Laura leaves looking a bit disappointed, but she's currently in 6th, but with good athletes to come, I'm not sure that's going to be enough for her. Okay, next rotation comes through. We've got Toma, I think. Oh, no, not Toma yet. This is Leah Kemp for the women. And for the men, Leo Favre is on as well. 5 minutes on the clock. We go again, pressing up. And
Leah Kempf is 19 years old.
Oh, wow.
She's quite young.
Ooh, a spinning start. Yeah, we are seeing some really young athletes coming through. But of course, there's the Youth World Championships taking place right now in China, which you can see on the IFSC YouTube page. So a lot of those super young athletes are in China rather than here.
Yeah.
When was your last Youth World Championships?
I think it was Innsbruck 2017 maybe. And then after that I was out for juniors and then I came back for seniors. Yeah.
Yeah, I think usually an event like this is quite a good one for the younger athletes because it's sort of pressurized. It's a championship, as you said, but it's
a European Cup.
Yeah, it's a good one. Right, Katja is on women's 4. Nicolo is having a look at this run and jump across.
I guess as well it's good for the younger athletes because a few of the really top level will be out after the Olympics for a little break.
Yes, our 2 gold medalists, Yanya Garnbrett and Toby Roberts, not here, which is unsurprising.
No.
I wonder if they'll go to copper, though. Yanya, I'd expect her to be in copper because she loves that.
I'm not sure. I think Toby's going to Prague and Seoul.
Okay.
I think. Right now, he seems like he's enjoying the pina coladas on the beach.
I saw that. I did see that, yeah.
Got a taste for them.
Yeah, I think you might deserve that one.
Yeah.
What's it been like within Team GB since he won that? Has it kind of changed the atmosphere?
Not really. Yeah, I think GB has struggled with a bit of funding, really. At the moment, we're it's finding it hard to get coaches to the comps.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, I hope that changes with Toby's success and some of the other athletes' success.
Yeah, I think sometimes people think money sort of pours in after a gold medal, but it's not really like
not
that.
Quite like that.
No. It takes a while for things to filter through, and yeah, I'm aware of the struggles of Team GB, and it's what makes Toby's kind of climb even more impressive, the fact that, you know, it is pretty unfunded and he's still making that progress, and all of the athletes here. But there's a few teams like that, it's not just GB.
Yeah, there's quite a few. I mean, I think GB as a whole, across all sports, hasn't got the best funding for athletes. I think they're one of 3 in the Olympics that don't pay their athletes for medals.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I hope someone's comped Toby's pina colada somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, well, pulling on and making progress over on the right is Leah now. She palms down on that right, hipping.
Bringing that left hand in.
Selma still looking strong. It looks like you want to do what she's doing there, but it leaves you in a really weird position. Because the second you try to stand on it, you kind of slide out of it.
Yeah. I think here we saw one of the other girls drop their left knee in, and it looked like it really locked you in place underneath that sloper so that you could go to the next hold. Leah, in the last move.
I like how slow she did that movement.
Yeah, it's nice.
M1 is being brushed and sorted.
Is it Leo Favre?
Yeah, I think he probably got that one done down at the end. Roxanne as well. She's going again on women's 2. If you are just joining us, this is the European Champ. This is the Boulder round, and I'm with Eugenie Lee in the commentary box. GB athlete, unfortunately not making it through this far, but giving us her expert analysis here in the commentary box. Roxanne really not enjoying the middle part of that boulder. Leah lying all the way down, 20 seconds. She's got to get this done now. Flicks herself around, makes the hold, checks the clock. She's going to be a buzzer beater if she can do it. She went super slow before, a bit faster this time. I don't know how she held that crib for so long.
Yeah, similar with Fanny. So close to holding that.
All right, so another run done. Yeah, let's see this here. So easy in the run and jump, hit the zone, flick those feet back in. Nicolo jumping left, easy campus through.
Nice. It looks like once you've got the zone, the top's almost a given on this boulder.
Well, there's some friction, so it's great.
Yeah.
You can actually hold on to something.
True.
So Lisa Clem from the Netherlands begins her semi-finals now. Things starting to take shape. You can see the scoreboard on the right for the men's. The women's will flick up soon. We're looking for just 6 to make it to the next round. And Sam Avizu is back. And if you did watch the Olympics, that man had just an enormous reaction from the Parisian crowd. It was so cool.
Yeah, I've heard it was really loud, but
it was so loud. It was crazy. I've never seen so many giant heads. Like all the French athletes got their heads blown up. It was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Although I was a bit disappointed.
He's made it through this part so quickly.
Yeah, he's easily in, isn't he? Look at this.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't bet against Sam for making the finals here. He really should. Left foot on, reaches up to the top, super smooth.
I feel like that was a masterclass of that order.
There are levels to this game, aren't there? And I think
Yeah.
Sam is on that level, though he hasn't matched it yet.
Oh,
Is that control? I don't know.
No. I don't think that was controlled.
No, and I think he knows. He's
Yeah,
just
he
well,
has
explain
to
control a bit, because what are their judges looking for?
You know,
Is it the fact that he was still moving?
oh yeah, it's the fact that he's still moving. I think your body is still travelling, then they won't count that.
Yes, I think Sam knew immediately that he hadn't quite got to grips with that one. But look at this. We'd expect him to get it from here. Elias gets the jump. A goal goes all the way, maybe a bit wild.
Wow, yeah.
That's a big move doing it like that.
Yeah.
All the right to all the way left. Agat, meanwhile, is having a rethink, and Clem is really struggling with this. It seems like the athletes either get it or they don't at all.
Yeah,
on this boulder.
I was just about to say that.
I think you should go on.
Throughout. Yeah, I think we're definitely not allowed to give him any hints. Oh, there's a bunch of crickets in here.
Yes, there are. So, I was on air. There's crickets in the commentary box. We're in the nature here. So Agat onto the grey volume, wraps that right hand across, feet on, bumps out to the corner. She's super low on this, but might be able to make it work.
Oh.
All around the corner, there's nothing to be had around there. Antonin. Not liking the crimp so far.
No.
I mean, when it's hot like this, and it is hot, I think, those crimps do feel worse.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, Sam Abazu couldn't control this before. He's looking more confident, but this is where he suddenly came to pieces. That's control. A kiss goodbye to the top of the boulder just to make sure. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, I wonder what the rules are on that.
I don't know.
You can't leave blood on holds.
Yeah, where's health and safety? Saliva on the holds. I think it'd be a pretty mean judge to disqualify him for that one.
Yeah.
So
I can see
Sophia-
Max doing something like that.
I can too, yeah. So Fanny Gilbert goes feet first. It's not the method, but cool to see a different...
This is what I mean. She always just finds something else.
I wonder if it drives the coaches crazy. I wonder if they're like, look, just do it the way it's meant to be done.
I reckon they're just like, you know what? That's her style. That's what she's strongest at. I'll let her do it.
Yeah, who's going to tell Fanny Gilbert no?
No.
I wouldn't.
I mean, she's a legend.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's been around for a long time on the circuit.
Hey, look, you got into trouble before, but you can't say the old boys or whatever it was before. You can't have two athletes after your blood.
Yeah, both of them French as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm running at that point. You're on your own. So Diane reaches through. He's super stretched out there. The second that right toe goes, he'll fall. He does go down.
Currently sitting in sixth, though.
True.
Still a few people to come out.
Sophia fighting with 30 seconds to go here. Right palm pressing in. Creeps up with the left.
Oh. She looked like really steady in that position, but looked really hard to move out of that.
Yeah. And she just hasn't got to grips with this boulder yet. Tries the heel, tries everything. One to keep you up at night. I
It's
feel
so
really
frustrating when you can't get any further
Yeah.
than the first holds, you know.
I was about to say, I feel like sorry for you that you have to have sleepless nights thinking about boulders.
It's okay. I'm sure if I did some meditation, that would go away.
I'm not really a meditator.
No, neither, but I'm going to give it a go.
It's the sitting still part I find quite difficult.
Yeah, and not letting the head wander too much.
Yes.
Well, and bringing it back, I guess.
Yeah. I'm saying yes like I know what you're talking about. I've never really attempted it, to be
We've
honest.
got
But maybe
Louise.
I should. Yeah, well, tell me about Louise, because she's someone you're excited to see compete.
I mean, it's so hard to, like, she's a hard climber to predict what's going to happen. She's got some interesting ways of getting up boulders, similar to Fanny.
Oh, she's got the right arm involved here.
Yeah, she just gets herself into some interesting positions.
I'm worried about
Do you
that
see
left
what I
arm.
mean?
My head is sort of craned sideways
Yeah.
looking at it.
When she makes it work, it's crazy.
Yeah. This is Pietro Vidi from Italy. He's ranked 14th, so good position for him.
Yeah.
Has that right foot on. Makes
And
the
your
match on the Thunderclings.
Thunderclings.
Thunderclings, Thundercats, whatever you want. I can't believe it's been reanimated. I'm still thinking about that.
Don't have a look. It's not.
Devastating. All right, he makes the jump out. That was good stuff to that point.
Yeah.
So matching into the zone. Thomas is really stretched out, similar to how we saw Diane. Spinning down.
He looked a bit more comfortable on that though.
Yeah, he did. A bit of a limp with that left leg. I think he's all right. Oh, falling from the final hold.
Spinning fall.
Yeah. I love a good athlete spin. It's why I think that's why I said earlier that I'm amazed you guys don't fall on your head more often.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I used to wear like a hair clip on the back, and I actually do remember falling onto that once. I had a little bit of a scab there for a while. Would not recommend.
No, soft scrunchies only,
yeah,
please.
soft scrunchies only.
Oh, a big fire there on the left from Favot.
Is this Leah?
Yeah, so Leah comes through. She got the zone on the first one, which is important. Gets in the knee.
What shoes are those?
Oh, I love a shoe check. I can't see it. Are they on parallels?
I don't think so.
Sportivas, maybe? I don't know. I'm just saying names now. Someone running across there, across our screen. Get that done quick.
There's definitely someone who knows what shoes they are.
Yeah, someone will be screaming at the TV. I want to say Evolve now. I just don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking Evolve.
Yeah, it was that little label underneath.
I just got a message.
Oh, yeah?
Theories.
Okay.
Aidan Dunn, who
Thank
was on the British team a few years ago.
Should be still, some might say.
Yeah, he always knows what people are wearing.
Thank you,
It's
Aidan.
silly.
That was a very quick response. Usually it takes a couple of
So
minutes.
quick.
Someone is listening to every word you say here.
La Sportiva Theories low vol.
Thank you. I'm not sure if I'm getting into trouble for mentioning brands now, but we'll ignore
Oh,
it.
it's okay. I've not got a shoe sponsor currently.
Okay, so Roxana is on that third boulder, I think, with a minute and a half to go. And Louise, we haven't seen much of her after that weird twisty start.
No. I hope she can figure something out on here. Do it Louise style. Traverse along it or something.
She gets set up again. She's gone for the sort of springy jump, but that as you said, the mat's super hard to run on.
Yeah.
I hate a run and jump start.
Do you?
I'm just awful at it.
I get a little bit scared of the wall.
I do. I
Do you ever do that thing where you like run into the wall and then run away from the wall because you've not bothered to jump onto
usually
it?
I'm running into the wall and then
okay.
falling over in pain. It's one of those. Oof. Yeah, Stasha Gay will be out later. I was with her on a run and jump boulder in Kironica, and I shattered my knuckle by punching the wall on a run and jump. So I hate them.
Oh no.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, fair enough.
She laughed a lot, if I remember right.
Oh, that's nice.
It's mean, isn't it? Right, so matching this nasty, nasty crimp in the middle. I did ask the setters whether they had to match, and they were like, "Oh, it's almost impossible to do that." So
really?
And what's he holding on to all of there?
I haven't got a clue. Wow.
Nothing.
What the hell?
I know, that's unreal. Right, Leah is on the final move, stuck
This
in
is
the lead.
very similar to Kashid. Close.
That was close. 3 seconds and a grimace on her face as she leaves the stage.
Yeah. I take it back. I actually really like this boulder. This looks fun.
This one.
Yeah.
It's certainly the most doable from the men's, and this is another quick top.
For sure. I think the last one in their qualifiers was the most doable as well. Yeah. Give them a bit of stress relief from the last boulder.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to stay up all night.
Yeah.
At least you've got one you can chill out on.
Yeah.
Okay, Ingrid is on from Norway. I was watching this, I was climbing with her actually in Briançon outdoors, and she just is so ridiculously strong on crimps.
Oh, really?
It's embarrassing, she's amazing. But boulder like this, maybe not so much for strength, we'll have to see. And there is another legend, Sasha Lehmann is underway. I'm pretty sure it's written into some kind of a Swiss athlete contract that you have to come to this competition.
Yeah.
You
would expect so.
Yeah. And it's one who want to as well. I mean,
Yeah.
climbing in front of your home crowd is a cool feeling, and this is the only big IFSC comp we have this year.
Yeah. And a European champion.
Yeah.
It's a fun one to have.
Yeah, it's a big title, that one.
Yeah.
The gap falling out of your screen. And this is Antonin struggling with the middle of M3. So 3 zones out of 3 leaves him in 11th.
It's quite a low top round, isn't it?
Yeah, so far very. And it's something I asked the setters, you know, I wondered if they took down the level just because, you know, it's not a World Cup and we've got some athletes missing, but they were like, look, it's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Problem is you turn it down a bit and everyone does the boulders in a second and then you get into trouble.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's better to have a hard round than an easier round.
Despite the sleepless nights.
Despite the sleepless nights, I prefer that.
Well, Ingrid trying to get a right toe in there, pressing down on the slope, but Sophia comes in but drops it, and Diane is on his last climb. So is he a sort of run and jumper? Is he new school enough to be able to get this done?
Oh, for sure, yeah. I think if he just holds himself together, he'll get it done, yeah.
Right, so Agat comes up into the good pocket underneath. Blind out to another good pocket.
She looks really strong on this.
Yeah, she's a very, very physical climber, and something like this, wrestling around, I think she'll like.
Yeah.
Hits the heel hook, a bit like her teammate Fanny Gibert did.
She got up there so fast.
Yeah, this is great stuff.
Yeah.
But this move has been so tricky, close.
Just wasn't accurate enough,
Yeah.
I think.
You may be a bit high on it.
Yeah, it looked like she went too far to the left where it has a bit of no texture.
Yeah. Sasha, I would imagine, has half an eye on the overall here. Like, he'll want to get enough points to try to get himself into that for Sunday.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect him to win a boulder round like this, necessarily. More of a lead specialist.
He can be really strong on boulder as well, though.
I think so. I think when the boulder's kind of his style, it is.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I don't really know what his style is.
Sasha?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not this, do you
Yeah,
think?
maybe not this.
Yeah, okay.
Certainly, I mean, he looked like he was battling to get into the first position. Right, let's watch Diane. So springing across, those feet are on no texture. Got to be quick.
No. Oh, no. Needs to catch that toe.
What's your method for these no textures? Like people put in like rhino spit on their hands.
So I've got the wettest hands.
Okay. So you just
ever.
naturally.
Yeah. That'll be fine. I'll probably be fine if I chalk up.
If people don't know what we're talking about, the hold he's on now with the hands, it's no texture, and it's weirdly better if your hands are a bit wet. We saw in the World Champs people putting water on their hands, which is a bit of a weird one to see.
Yeah, I've actually. Oh, nice. Just got the clutch. I get so stressed watching the teammates.
It's weird, in a commentary box, it feels quite intense as
yeah,
well.
I mean, we can hear the crowd from over there.
Yeah, they're just in front of us, aren't they? Yeah, but so many people come in here and they're just like, they leave and they're exhausted. You're putting so much into it when you're watching.
Yeah.
So Sasha's made progress here, but falls off that left hand. Clem, meanwhile, is working her way right. Great support from the crowd as well.
Yeah. She does not look like she likes that move.
No. No, she's a way off and will leave with 10 seconds to go. So she will leave. 3 seconds to go. Rotation time again. And see a replay of Sam Avizu here. So he got this crimpy one done. Through with the left, clawing in, hits the right, gets himself set. I think he's going for just an enormous bump.
Nice.
Good work from Sam.
No kiss of the hold this time.
So Ayala Karem is back. Good to see her over here and competing.
That's an interesting drawback.
I could tell you the story about that Chalkberg. So that was won at her first ever competition, which I don't know how old she was when she did that, but she's had it ever since. And I'm concerned that it's going to fall to bits one day, and that will be the luck gone.
Oh.
Yeah, she brings it to every single competition. And for a long time, I was saying how, like, I wanted to know what it was, and then I realised I could just ask her and found out. Yeah, from her first competition. Yeah, she's another one you'd have an eye on for the finals and for the combined as well.
Yeah.
Louise, again, a bit of a bizarre move, pressing on her own leg.
I kind of feel like she might like this boulder.
Right. He also gets himself set. Over he goes, just with the left hand.
Same as Diane.
Such a hero move, that.
Yeah. Feels so good when you do that.
Now he will leave very quickly. Good end to his competition with just 1:10 gone on the clock. So Thomas will say goodbye. Just one zone in that top, which is yet to be awarded on the score. Now it gets awarded, I think. And yeah, he knows probably won't quite be enough for that finals. So Roxana had a good start, struggling with this.
Yeah. It's funny, I think one of the first girls that came out on it looked the best on it.
Yeah. It's such a classic move as well, those paddles across. Like, we're so used to seeing it.
I'm not a fan of the paddle.
No?
No. I need to get better at that.
Can't wiggle your way for a paddle, can you?
No, you can't.
It's hard. So Samuel brushes up M1. His competition now underway. Score on the right. Diane in second place now. It was a good last top.
Oh, I guess yeah, because he's topped the second boulder too.
Yeah, it's good from Diane. That could be enough.
Yeah. I mean, we've got 3 more athletes to come. Couple to finish the round.
Yeah, getting towards the last few now. Ayala battling with his first move though.
Yeah, I think he'll be happy with that performance actually.
I think he should be. I think
regardless,
it might be enough. Yeah.
I hope it's enough. It'd be great to see him and Max in finals. Oh, got Louise coming up close.
Yeah, here's Louise now. Works her way through. She's trying to get a toe underneath. It's very interesting women's too, actually, because when you stand underneath it, it looks kind of straightforward, but everyone has battled with it.
Yeah. I think it's one of those boulders where there's just really small body position things.
Yeah.
Yeah. To take into account. Yeah, see, this is how one of the other girls did it, but I think she maybe had a bigger reach. And she managed to keep her feet on the entire time.
And hopefully we'll see that again. She's making sure of that. It's covered in chalk.
Yeah.
But I mean, the last move on that boulder is hard as well. I saw quite a few people fall there.
Yeah. I like that she's opted to wear the hair down.
She always does.
Yeah, I used to as well, but when it's hot like this, I can't.
Why did you... Because I've always wondered this. Like, I don't know why she doesn't tie it up. So why did you wear it long?
It's more comfortable.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I've never had a problem with my hair getting in my face when I climb. And I'm guessing it's the same for her.
Yeah. It's
Sometimes,
kind of a style as well. You recognise it.
Yeah, exactly. I think as well, like, sometimes ponytail can get, like, quite painful, you know?
Interesting. I feel like we've talked about everything apart from climbing. It's great. I'm liking this. So Leah is underneath, bumps that right hand towards the zone, chalks up. I'm glad she's brought a chalk bag. We didn't see many athletes taking a bag on this, and I think it's important for the slopers at the top.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I would bring a chalk bag up this. I think it would be really hard to find a position that you could take your other hand off for long enough to chalk up, you know?
Yeah, true.
Like maybe on that lower section just before you get to the sloper.
Yeah, I can't remember how good the zone hold is underneath as well.
Yeah, I've not seen what that looks like underneath, but if that is good.
Yeah. Sana going backwards a little bit. Ayala, though, she's made some progress. Trying to get the right foot, though, but it's not quite the way, is it?
No. Not enough time either. Louise, high up.
No, so no zone for her. 6 seconds to go for Leah.
Oh, come on.
Sorry for Emily. So Camilla Moroni is in there pacing back and forth. She will be out pretty soon, actually.
Strong contender for finals.
Absolutely, yeah. Fresh off the Olympics as well. Agat looking focused in the wings.
She's one of my favourite climbers on the circuit.
Yeah, I like her general vibe.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Avazoos are just great for that.
Yeah,
right?
they are. Oh, I think when you've got that much like competition pedigree in your family, it's like, you know, you've got so much advice on how to relax in these comps. And yeah, she's got one of those magnetic chalk bags as well.
My dad had one of those.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if she's taken the top off it, because it is a bit of a weird one. It doesn't obstruct you particularly, but it does cause something.
Yeah, don't love them, to be honest. I find them kind of difficult to use.
I think it's a real Marmite kind of
Yeah.
bag. Interesting, I haven't seen one in a comp before. She's lying on her own arm as well, which could be awkward.
Yeah.
Oh, nearly slipped, but she keeps it. Getting close, a bit like Francisca did, but not as stretched.
I reckon she's got this first go.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet against her. I mean, she won't. I mean, 2 weeks since the Olympics, or 2.5, whatever it is, she's still going to be on such good form.
Yeah, for sure. Oh.
Misses that the first time.
Damn.
Nikolai Rusev is on for Bulgaria. And Leah Clem as well.
Really high up. Oh. She opted for the right hand over as well.
Yeah. And Sam Avazu, he's got really close now. There's the top in sight. Has a heel locked in. Needs to trust that heel, one arm in, and yes.
He's made
please top.
really quick work of all the boulders so far.
Yeah, that's 3 out of 3. I mean, in a low-scoring round as well, that's pretty impressive.
I'm sure the last boulder won't hold him up over.
And loses his feet and comes down. Nikolai Rusev. Bright green Bulgarian kit.
Yeah, it really stands out, doesn't it?
Yeah. So Sasha Lehmann is on M2. Ingrid, meanwhile, is making progress on these slopers here. Puts in a knee.
Would this be more of a Sasha Lehmann block?
Sasha Lehmann block. Yeah, I mean, it's, yes, I would say so. It's not so old school, and he's really good on a nasty crimp.
Okay.
And he's wearing a chalk bag, so he's intending to rest somewhere on that route.
So maybe we'll see a top here.
I think the Swiss crowd will go crazy if he does. Look at this from Ingrid, really fighting her way through. Wraps around.
Oh. I wonder what the forearms are looking after that boulder.
Burning, I think.
Yeah.
Zelia easy on that first move. It's the last bit that got her before. Right, eyes up the top for a long time. Much better from her.
Nice.
And only Roxana topped out this boulder.
Yeah. Good to see another.
She looks a bit stuck at the moment, though.
Yeah, not...
Ooh! I was so undescriptive with that. It was just an ooh. But oh no, there she goes.
I think that was almost enough description for that move.
That was a really beautifully executed move, that. And then the top she fell, so unlucky.
And the Gat just struggling to get hold back zone. But looks pretty good on it.
Yeah, I think she does. Minute 24, that's not a lot of time. Nikolai brushes up this hold. And Diane slips a little down, so he's in third now.
It'll be a nervous wait for him.
Yeah, well.
I wonder if he's gotten used to the nervous waits yet. He's had a few this season.
Yeah. Zelia pounces right. She's looking fluid here. It's super smooth. It's the next hold that got her. I wonder if she does this wonderful little left leg swap again.
Yeah. That move is such a pretty move.
That's the move I loved. She does hold it.
Wow.
That's some finger strength there.
Yeah.
Right foot on a rubbish hold, though. She's got to trust it. Go for that blocked hold. Does it super slow with blows? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she knows she hasn't got enough time for that boulder.
I don't think 30 seconds is going to be enough either, maybe, but... Leah, who's had a great round so far, eyes up this last pop. Can she get it? She's made a match and hits the right hand. She's No! It's the biggest hold of the route.
Oh, it looked like she didn't quite have her fingers over it, though.
A Gat as well. Wow.
Wow. That's a good effort, though.
That is. It's the kind of move a setter would hate to see. You know, when you stick your heel up above your head and you've got to go left. It's a scary one. And this was on Boulder 4, which we've seen lots of tops on so far.
A few different ways of doing that first move, though, which is quite cool. And the last move.
Yeah. As with everyone, they're kind of losing their right hand, catching it with the left. Good work on his final climb. Right, Nale is on. And this lady's such a boulder specialist. So strong in this.
She is my favourite climber currently.
I think you've said that about a few people.
No, but she actually is.
She actually is the real.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's battled with some injuries in her career as well.
Yeah, it's great to see her back.
She's won it. If the Olympics gets 3 medals next time, you know, she is definitely in the conversation for that.
Definitely, yeah.
I'm hoping now she does well, otherwise we look very silly in the commentary box, but she's pretty good. And Mignon pushing up. Palms involved, pressing through. Pounces out right, excellent from her. And goodness, right, she's not made us look stupid so far. This is excellent. Left leg, as everyone's done, it takes a few goes.
Yeah.
Ayala Karem in the background gets high. And Nikolai Uznik, who won the combined last time at the European Champs.
Yeah, did he? So he's coming back for the...
He wants it again.
Yeah.
Ayala fighting here. Pressing with those feet in. Falls. Didn't look quite solid on that.
No.
Love how Ayala does this as well. When she rests, she fully rests. It's just like flat on the back.
Yeah.
All right, well, Leo is in now. Eyes up his last move. He should... Oh, no, went for the huge match.
It looked as well like his foot popped last minute.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
full
that
commitment.
volume on that side doesn't have any texture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, she's on the last move then, again. Gets herself set.
Nice.
Oh, look at that control.
But it's this very last bit, isn't it?
I don't know what she's standing on that left foot, just on the sideboard.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Oh.
Spring up, held it for an eternity, but then gets the match in.
Wow.
Oh, she's all right, she's all right.
Yeah.
Eugenia's favourite climber got it done. Thank goodness for that. No bias here in the commentary box, of course. Just
Lots of bias.
from me, I should say. You can be as biased as you want. So Ayala Karem into the press. Left toe. Now, I think she needs to get a heel or something around the corner, or just more of the sole of her foot involved.
Yeah, or even that knee.
Yes, true.
Like some of the other girls. I think all the girls who looked comfortable up there ended up with a knee after they had the frog position.
Oh, it creeps that left foot up. Little adjustments here, but she's still just clawing with the toes, not getting anything on the feet.
I bet those top holds have gone so much worse now as well. It's also like later in the day, it's starting to get hot.
Yeah, absolutely. Here Camp falls in frustration.
I've not seen that move done yet.
Who is that in the back? Oh, it's
Louise.
It's Louise. She sort of fell into shot then. I think she's all right. Yeah, we can't put a split screen here because we don't have 8 split screens available. So do bear with us. But we occasionally get shots like that where an athlete kind of pops into view. And Ayala trying to figure out something, some way of getting through these grey volumes. Nikolai Uznik goes again. 1:09 on the clock. Not a lot of time here. Crimps the very edge of that volume. There's nothing really else to hold on to.
No. The first bit looks so tedious.
Yeah, it's really slow, isn't it? You can't really rush it. Big screen from Nikolai as he gets that flag move in. Brings up the right foot, pressing with the right hand. One move away, though. He's got to match it. We saw Sam Abazu struggle here. And he's not comfortable at the moment. Commits to the press. It's not going to be...
We've not seen anyone look that comfortable in that match.
No. I think you get there and think it's all okay, and then suddenly realise how hard. Well, she's in.
Coming close, yeah.
Louise, a move away.
This is what I mean. It's so hard to predict with her. I never know what she likes.
Right toe underneath. Hits the right hand.
Oh, how much time? Oh.
No time. I like that method of catching underneath.
That looked the closest I've seen it, I think. Tongue out.
Where's Lucy
good
Garlick?
on
Is she not here this week?
She's at Youth Worlds.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep track of where everyone is right now around the
Yeah,
world.
check what her result was actually.
Yeah.
Should be done.
That was the top on M4. So nearing the last few athletes now.
Yeah, Lucy placed 5th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Lucy.
In the under 18 category. Such a strong category.
Yeah, she's so strong as well. I had a good chat with her in Salt Lake, did a bit of filming with her. I'm really impressed. She's great. So Camilla Maroney, fresh from the Olympics, is on. And really, she should have her eye on a finals here today.
I wonder if this is her type of boulder.
Well, she loves the power moves. This is a
Yeah.
bit techy. And weird, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Licking the hands. This is what I meant by the moisture. Some athletes just doing that.
Are you allowed to lick hands?
It's it's a
Seems
tricky one.
kind of gross.
Because the problem is we keep seeing it on film, and I feel bad about talking about it. But then everyone messages me being like, "Why are they licking their fingers?" So I feel like I should say something.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a shot of Jakob in Innsbruck a few years ago, and it was real slow motion lick, and it was a lot to watch. Sam Abazu on M4 and Sasha Lehmann. Now, this could be more Sasha's style, but it's quite big moves. He's not the biggest of guys.
No.
Don't know why I'm trying to figure out. I think it's because it could. When you said what Sasha's boulder style, I don't really know.
Okay.
I've been trying to figure it out as we go.
Yeah.
Like lead, I know what you usually like.
Oh.
Beautiful from Sam
Yeah,
Abazu.
that was nice. Is that second go?
Yeah, we'll see his score in a sec on the right. Quick work from Sam. Right, Camilla is now up and standing here. Oh, I say standing, sort of crouched.
Top in 3.
Okay. Quick work from Sam Abazu. Camilla, meanwhile, is really having to fight here.
This is such a funny position to be in.
Well, she's been trapped a bit, hasn't she? Because you can stand up and you've got to go right.
Yeah. Like, those round volumes are really blocking the way to do this. Yeah.
Great balance just to get that far.
Yeah.
I love that face. What? What is this? Celia Abazu in the background. Ingrid launches through. We actually get to see some of those holds from a different angle, which is cool. Oh, that's it. Zone hold's okay. We were talking about it earlier.
Yeah, it looks alright.
A bit slopey, maybe.
Yeah. Looked like she reached for the foothold, a little screw on, as an intermediate before going to the next sloper.
Oh, wow. Sasha holding for a second. It just looks done, doesn't he? So Camilla runs in again. Can she figure this move out? Remember, the athletes won't get to talk to each other backstage, so, well, officially they can't.
Yeah. I'm sure if you do.
Yes, I'm not going to say anything else. I'm just going to be quiet here. Yeah, who knows? Camilla looking frustrated with this. And that's Yuntan Katz in the background there on M1. Israel bringing a big team here.
Yeah, really big team.
So all action as Sasha pulls on. Everyone else is resting there in that shot. Launches out, little adjustments, heel in underneath.
He looks really comfortable here.
Sasha said in an interview that he wanted to bring home one of the mascots from his girlfriend for the Olympics, so I hope he managed to pick that one up. But she's going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
He said it on camera, it's got to be fact. Now, he doesn't know how to do this boulder, and I think he is running
a
out
bit
of skin.
frustrated. Yeah.
Ingrid, meanwhile, is still launching her way across. Out towards the zone, makes some adjustments.
She's having to fight hard here. This round has been really physical for the girls.
Yeah, and it's a tough one, considering if you want to compete in all the rounds, you know, this is the beginning of a lot of climbing.
Yeah, this is true.
It's a hard start. So Sasha getting big encouragement, heels locked in, but he doesn't like this middle sequence. Makes the match, surely he can't campus his way out of this.
Oh.
Nearly. Shake of his head, Sasha will leave. In fact, everyone will leave as the timer ticks down. And couple to go now. So Max Kliestel out next.
See Manu just walked by.
Oh, yeah.
And Celio.
Ange Pahak as well. So the last few are in the back tent now. And Chloe Collier comes on. Now, Chloe, again, last European champ, she was so good. And she seems to, like, when a bit of the pressure from a World Cup comes off, that's when she seems to perform best, I think, anyway.
Okay, interesting.
I mean, I've watched her in so many domestic comps just crush everything, and then she just suddenly had these moments where she's not herself.
Yeah, there was one in Lovral. It was a European Cup, and she looked really good.
Let's see what Chloe can do. Nano, meanwhile, stands up. And Nikolai is back in action. Ayala was on the far right. She dropped out of screen. Look at this in the middle, though, from Nano.
She looks pretty comfortable up there.
Yeah, she
But it's
does.
this volume that people really don't like, great.
She's all on the reds at the moment. I think she needs to transfer those feet
Yeah.
before getting the grey.
Yeah, I agree.
Ooh, wow.
It's sort of what we saw with Louise.
Yeah.
That looks so uncomfortable.
She's trying to find the jib where her hand is, but obviously her hand's there, so it's tricky.
Looks like she's found it.
Yeah, she's in.
Nice.
That would have burnt a bit of it.
Yeah. Just huffing and puffing.
Yeah, so awkward. Yeah, if you don't know climbing, you'd think she's just kind of sitting on a boulder and it's easy. There's so much going on.
Yeah. Just like slow slide down those holds.
I mean, you don't make progress as well. You're like, oh, all of that. So Katja Debovic still sitting in the top spot. Oh, at a quick top.
Yeah.
Boulder 4, as we'd expect.
Nice.
Yeah,
Got
Phoebe
Louise
walks
on her
up.
last boulder.
Yeah, she's done everything, so I'm excited to see if she can work her way through that campus move. She's done everything else.
I reckon she'll do some sort of foot first way.
Maybe feet first.
Feet first,
Yeah.
yeah.
So Chloe has a bit of a stretch and she'll pull on now. Has a look left, has a look right, can't quite figure it out. Slopey holds throughout. Gets a high toe.
This is interesting.
It is, isn't it? A real wrestle from her. That's a better position though from Chloe Collier.
Yeah.
It's a weird time to be called off. I suppose it's because...
Oh.
Oh, I see,
Yeah.
So they're saying it's got to be on the volume on top of the volume.
Yeah. Oh no, I think because the tape. Oh, I don't know actually.
Right. I think that they're giving them time because theoretically you could still get in the starting position,
Yeah,
but when it's
okay.
obvious they're trying to move forward, that's when
Yeah.
they call them off. So it does make sense. So fair play, judges. I might have done you down there a bit. That was the top on M4.
Nice. I like it when they fill those see-through holds with things.
People keep asking me whether they could put a fish tank in it.
Yeah. Or like you could put some snakes in there.
Oh, wow, okay.
That would probably throw a few people
Steps
off.
it up. Well, any zookeepers out there who want to bring some snakes to the competition, please don't, number one.
The British champs, they put an iron brew in one.
Iron brew
Yeah.
and a straw to get it out.
No.
That should be the celebration. If it's the final
Get to
hole.
drink some of it.
Exactly. Maybe champagne on the final.
Yeah,
There's lots
true.
of possibilities.
Yeah, so many. I thought we should get one of those holds for our spray at City Block and fill it with the medals
Oh, that'd
that
be
all
cool.
the athletes have.
Yeah.
Well, that would be cool.
I guess you'd have to donate your medal to a hold.
I'm sure everyone would be fine with that.
Gonna go around stealing people's medals now.
Yeah.
All right, Chloe has a minute 12 on the clock as she presses her way into this first position, but hasn't made a lot of progress on this.
It really does just stump some people, this boulder.
It's just such a weird position, and like, for people watching at home, it's very awkward just to get stood up on that thing. Like getting into that position is hard. Oh, she holds it. Well done, Chloe Collier. So 45 seconds on the clock. Gets the right foot up. Gets set for the jump. Just a moment to compose herself, which is good. I think she knows there's maybe one chance only on this.
Yeah.
Max Kliestel in the
Quite
background
unlikely with 30 seconds to go
Yeah.
there again.
Well, she is taking all the time she needs here. Chalking up. You've basically got an on-site coordination move here, but she's almost doing it statically.
Yeah.
Now
We know
jumps.
these feet are really bad, but she made that look good.
She did. Can she do the final move?
Oh, I think
Somehow.
she can.
Oh,
Wow.
5 seconds to go. Chloe gets the top. That's such classic Chloe positions.
Yeah.
Like, yes. That was good. To not make any progress and to suddenly find a top like that is impressive.
She made that top look really good. Probably the best out of the girls that we've watched.
Yeah.
So.
Now I know Max is coming up and you want to go out and watch him on that, but we've got Manu to come and then maybe say goodbye.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sasha's on his final boulder, and that's not really his style, this cordo moves, he says. And we're going to see a replay of Ayala now. So, she got the final one done. Did she put the right in as well?
Oh, okay.
I think she enjoyed that one.
So right hand over made it work.
Interesting. So many
And the
people have been
first top
bumping
we've
left.
seen on that, right?
Yeah. So Manu Cornu is in. He told me in Paris he'd been battling with a bit of, I think it was, he said sort of like a tendonitis elbow injury. You can see it on the right.
Yeah, and then something happened to his bicep, I think.
Maybe
as
it was
well.
that, yeah.
Had some heavy bruising there.
Stashageo is back in action. Good to see her returning as well. She was
Yeah.
very vocal about her frustration about not making the Olympics and had to sort of reassess life a little bit.
She's a very open climber, isn't she?
She is, yeah. Now looks right.
Needs to bring this. Yeah. Oh.
So falling on the first go. Camilla resting that. I put money on her on this boulder. Ooh, Sasha spinning off the no-tex. He's down in 16th, needs something from this boulder as well, and that will bump him right up the score if he can get it.
Yeah.
Top 6, Gat is in the danger zone for the women. For the men, it's Elias, who's...
Diane's still in third.
I think he's looking good.
Yeah.
Nikolai, though, is approaching the top of this boulder. This high heel, a few people have done it. Not many have managed to make it work, but he's in. Adjustment with the right hand, looks underneath, little wiggle.
Ooh.
Hits the top.
Nice. We've only seen one other top on that,
Yeah.
I think.
So stashes through the first move.
Oh, no, two.
And has to really focus on this next one. Got to bring that left foot in. She hits it. Oh,
Nice.
just.
See if she can do. Oh,
She could reach, maybe.
yeah.
No, maybe not. Maybe it needs a bit of a pop.
Me and Stasha are very similar heights.
Okay. Tall.
Tall, yeah.
Well, she's looking super comfortable on this crimp at the moment.
Yeah.
Fair play,
Nice.
Stasha. That is a lady on form. Gets that done very quickly.
She kind of looked like she could even reach from that lower foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's her dad and coach
But I'm
in the
glad she
audience,
did it
by
the
the
other
way,
way.
going crazy. One of my most favourite people in climbing is Stasha's dad.
Oh, Zelia.
Zelia just hit
I
her
think she
head
just,
there.
yeah.
Her brother's topping the table for the men. Look at this, biceps in action.
Yeah, 4 tops for Sam.
Yeah.
Puts him quite ahead.
Oh, Camilla just shakes her head. She's done a lot of that this comp. Can't quite get into it yet. And Manu's shouted out. We haven't seen much of him here.
No.
Quick tap to go into the Thunderclings. And pops the foot. He's going to change some shoes as well.
Yeah, I wonder if he's opting for a stiffer pair.
Yeah, they're super soft those, aren't they? Those-
Yeah.
Oh no.
Or a
just-
smaller pair, maybe.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, often athletes swap the shoes between stiff and soft shoes. You don't often see bigger or smaller.
I think, I mean, I quite like doing that because you know the shoe well and you don't have to try different shoes. It's just something that pushes more of your toes into the front, I guess.
So sometimes you just swap it just to sort of get that extra, like,
Extra,
little level.
yeah, exactly. I mean, Dragos are such a good all-round shoe. Like,
I agree. I remember Tom Randall telling me once that he has a ascending pair of shoes that he puts on mainly for psychological value. That is like his
that
ultimate
sounds
shoe.
very much like him.
Yeah, we've got lots of replays to come for you of tops that we missed, so don't worry, they're coming. Manu Cornu, meanwhile, goes up, holds the flag just. That right palm saved him there. Sets up for the top.
Can you do the match?
Oh, come on, Manu.
Oh, God.
He hasn't got a foot, though. Oh, no. The inside flag nearly saved him. 7 seconds to go. Right, I know you've got to go because you've got to go
Yes,
cheer. But thank you for joining me, Eugenie.
Thank you.
Have a long rest of the comp, and I'll see you very soon.
Thank you. Bye.
So we're watching some replays of the tops that we saw before, and thank you to Eugenie Lee for joining me in the commentary box. She was only going to stay for about 20 minutes, but luckily stuck around, so thank you, Eugenie. This is Sasha's top, launched across, and he needed that one. He was behind in 16th. I'll have to wait to see the scores to find out where that's put him. Let's have a look now, shall we? Still outside of the top 6, unfortunately, but important nevertheless. Well, there is the man that Eugenie has gone to see. That's Max Milne. Out and about on the mats. Giorgia Tessio as well for the women. Just one athlete to go now for the men and women before we will start to wind things down in the semi-finals. And Chloé Collier fighting as we'd expect from her, wrestling with that top grey volume here. Sits on those heels, brings her left arm all the way under. Pretty unique way of doing that, but I do think it kind of leaves her a little bit stuck underneath that grey volume. Needs to maybe find a bit more height. That's better from Chloe. Looking comfortable. Shoulder move to come though. Got the first boulder in the last couple of seconds. Let's maybe time this a bit better. Out she goes. Oh, she had fingertips on it, couldn't make the match, but she has got time to reset here. And Nikolai Uznik facing the crowd, pressing into the start hold, but then kind of changes his mind as he rotates through, and a big flick of those feet to hold the swing. And straight into some rather nice heel hooks, but that right blows as I say it. Can't make the match, and more frustration for Nikolai. Just had someone message me saying that they're going to bring spiders to put in the see-through volume. Please, please don't. No spiders. I can maybe get on board with the snakes. The spiders are a definite no-go. Right, Nile on the slopers. She falls. Bit of frustration from her now, bit of a bounce as she comes down. I'm just thinking about spiders in clear hole. That's the hole we were talking about. Eugenie was mentioning we should fill it with stuff. What's the wildest thing we could fill it with legally? Chloé Collier going again with 2 minutes on the clock. Comes out into a big palm, pressing against the wall. Starts to rock up on that left foot now. She hits the left palm. She looks so comfortable the time before. Just wonder if it's cost her something in terms of energy, though. Sits on that right heel. Wiggles her way over here. And has what's a very clever right knee scrub. Not enough for a full knee bar, but just taking a bit of pressure over, allowing her to make this move underneath the grey volume. 1 minute 17, she reaches super, super low onto the next volume, adjusts the right hand. This is technical from Chloe. Nearly managed to do the whole thing statically, but I'm not sure. With a minute to go, how can she recover? Seeing some pretty tired athletes out on the mats at the moment. Nale again up into the zone hold, flicks that right foot over. This is where she fell and had that little bounce down off the sloper. Nale wrapping around, look at that right foot. Her heel hook is engaged, but you can't really pull on it. There's nothing really to lock the heel. Chloe Collier, meanwhile, is back in this position. 14 seconds to go. Whatever she does, she's going to have to do it quickly. And no, I think it's the power coming out of those arms and all that fighting just for a zone hold. You could see her holding those shoulders. Brutal. Well, the backstage area is beginning to empty out as the athletes rotate through. Last athlete will appear on stage now, so Andrzej Pachak and Jenya Kazbekova. There's Jenya, fresh from the Olympics as well. Always keen to represent herself and the country on this European stage. And looked pretty dominant during qualifiers. So one to keep an eye on as we finish things off, and there's Andrzej as well. Yeah, another great round for him in qualies, leaving himself in the #1 spot. And Jenya is underway now as she presses her way through here. Struggling, as we've seen quite a few people do, but as we know, as Chloe showed us, it's one of those boulders that you can figure out throughout. And Stasha, haven't seen too much of her, but she's had 1:20 on this boulder now. Wants a brush, got the first one done. And Manu Cornu falls as well, so a bit of a reset for him. Zone on the first climb. And apart from Sam Avizu, really, it's generally been pretty low scoring for the men, as you can see. Tough round. It's a tricky one for the setters. 2-set. Look at Oren as well in second place. That's unexpected from him. One of the underdogs, but he's currently in a finals position. Finals will take place tonight, if you're wondering. Men and women. First, the European boulder golds will be given away. Speed, of course, was last night, and great back and forth race between the athletes. So Andrzej is underneath, trying to match. Oh, look how nasty that match is. Probably got just 2 fingers, slaps the final hold, and it's not a good hold, that. It's not a jug. We've seen a lot of people fall here. Can he find the press? Dancing with the feet. Wants to balance it. That's going to be control for Andrzej, and he kept it together where so many have fallen from that final hold. Good work from him. And he knows that is an important one to get quickly. And Manu, meanwhile, as Manu does, spinning, falling, rotating through the air, giving us a bit of a masterclass in showmanship out there on the mats. Yotan is brushing that hole, just showing a bit of frustration out towards the coaches or audience or just general members of the public there. They have to act as a bit of a sounding board because they can't tell him what to do. He can just bounce some anger off them. Remember, just 6 athletes can go through. So Elias for the men, as we can see on the right, he's in a tricky position. Jenya, meanwhile, with 1:18 to go, starts to shuffle her way over towards the right. That's the flick we've seen, and spinning off It's going to be so annoying when you've got a jug like that in your hands, yet you can't quite hold it. You just wonder what else you need to do. Nikolai up towards the final, jump over to the left, gets himself set, fires over, holds it nicely. That's important for him. Yeah, needed that with a minute to go. And Stasha hyping herself up in the middle of the wall. This is Camilla Moroni. She hits the zone. This is a boulder that should suit her style, but it's an energy thing at this point. She's only got 30 seconds as well. Hits the left. She's using the footholds as a handhold, a sort of intermediate to get her into position. Oh, but you can see it fire off. It was so tiny. Somehow she made it stick. Left hand on the sloper. Left foot up. 10 seconds for Camilla. She'll know when the 5-second buzzer goes. She might not know yet. Goes with the right hand. That's as close as you can come, isn't it? Right hand, fingers wrapped over. She couldn't hold it, though. Genya comes back and has a seat, as does Stasha. Naili there waiting in the wings. Max Milne back on. Georgia Tessio. We said goodbye to boulder number 1 for the men and women, and we start to lose boulders now as we get to the final few. And that is our top 6. So Chloe Collier currently in the danger spot. Ayala Karem did well. Katja Debovitz finally pushed off by Naili Millon. I would say on paper, Naili really is the favourite for this, knowing how good she is in pure boulder competitions. Georgia brings that left foot up high. Max Mill, meanwhile, gets jumpy. This is the one that Eugenie said that she'd like to see him on, this crimpy, jumpy boulder. I'd like to see that as well. He certainly enjoys that kind of style. Big encouragement from Georgia Tessio here as she wraps that right hand through. Adjusts, makes a bump, goes back, palm on only. That's a good shot to show that she's holding on to nothing. And Chloe Collier as well falls on this. She's really had to dig deep throughout this competition, hasn't she? She keeps having to find another gear here. This is Max as well. And Max puffing out those cheeks, that expression on a lot of athletes' faces throughout this round. Nele on to the start. Max up to the top. He went for a super dynamic way to do that last hold. Wants a brush immediately. Great camera work there just to catch that final moment. And Chloe will go again. 2 minutes 30 on the clock. The top and 2 zones, leaving her in 4th at the moment. Chloe up towards the first of the slopers. Little adjustments with the hands. Wiggles herself in. Really stretched out. Almost sitting down on that bottom hold. Still making adjustments. Makes the match on the sloper now. Slams out left, but doesn't quite have the pop for it. Maybe Chloe starting to go through that legendary endurance and power that she has. Georgia Tessio as well shakes those hands up, trying to get rid of some of the pump. As we come up to 10 past 2 here in Villars-sur-Orlon, final section of this competition. And they're in the audience. French team talking to each other, trying to figure out. Now they're kicking off the wall. She's frustrated, but is sitting in the #1 spot at the moment. And this is Max Kliestel as he makes his way across, hits the match. Frustration from him with 40 seconds to go, but look at this from Max. Well, we just caught it on the camera here. Top for him. He was close to go before. It was a little bit too wild. Nicolai, meanwhile, it's all action, isn't it? As he goes up, switch back to Georgia Tessio. She tries to find something, hits the grey match. Max leaves in the background. What a hectic 2 minutes this has been. Nile, again, back and forth, springs out. Not enjoying this boulder so far. She's in that top spot, though, with the 2 tops and a zone. Chloe will leave as well. Let's see a replay of Max then. We just caught it on the camera. Let's see how he got to that final hold. Coming into the zone with the left hand, out towards the thin crimp with the right, and then a big move over, 2 hands snatching, holding the swing, kicking the legs back in, making the match, showing control. And that is a top for him as Camilla Moroni is caught by our cameras, waiting to come on. And Genya back in action. She runs across the stage. Genya here with the grandparents who are watching her. Enjoying some family time and showing off a little bit how good she is. Manu Cornu is back in action as well. He's on this feet first potential. Definite physicality on M3. Jonathan runs across. He's got lots of time to figure this out. Camilla Moroni is sort of suspended, trying to find some pop for this next move. Genya into the zone quickly. Just one arm wrapping around. Now she brings the second in, but it's super, super awkward. Can she find the shoulder press now? Gets herself set, adjusting the feet, trusting the rubber on that right toe, pops into it with one hand, gets the match. That's good work from Genya. Jepahak falls, shake of his head. He's got the top on the first climb. And remember, everyone, if you missed it, what he's running across has 0 texture. Looks like it does, it doesn't. So you don't want to be going slow on something like that, and you've just got to sort of trust your feet don't skip across it. You haven't seen anyone have a sort of mid-movement fall on that yet. Don't curse at that. Stasha launching up. She's currently in 3rd. Top and a zone. And she's already got this zone, so she's just going for the top now. Goes up with the left hand, makes the match. Powerful moves from Stasha. She'll enjoy this kind of compression style climbing. Easily brings up the left foot, launches in with the right, just fingertips. That was close. Back to Camilla Moroni as she eyes up this Cordo move. You can see the thought process as her eyes flick around, trying to follow where her body's going to end up. And Jepahak pulls on up towards the first of the crimps. I think just needs to slow down that movement just a tiny bit. Trying to do a lot in one sequence there.
Allez, elle va être intelligente, Sacha. Elle récupère, ça devient Moroni Sedaï. Oh là, ouais, c'est pas loin pour dépasser un Israélien. Allez, c'est parti pour Manu, mesdames et messieurs, Manu Cornu. Allez, les Français là pour Manu Cornu, allez.
Ange launching up, misses the crimp this time. And Manu Cornu gets set, hits the zone hold, locks in 2 toes underneath. That allows him to get into this position, and that's smart to unlock one of the toes like that. Holding on to nothing with the left though. Surely he can't hang around here too long. Pops the foot again, this time gets a left foot up. Big slap up with the left for Manu Cornu, emptying the tank here as he eyes up the final hold, gets the right foot in, and he'll drive towards that last hold if he can sum up some power in those shoulders. Gets a left foot, this is going to be super awkward, and he is in though. What a battle for Manu Cornu, and 30 seconds to go. That was very important for the Frenchman. Yeah, his foot firmly pressed on the accelerator there. Camilla gets set for the jump now. Looks left. Oh, tries to flick up with the feet. Why not? And there is backstage as Chloé Collier approaches the steps to climb again. And Manu Cornu and Stasha will leave the stage. Georgia Tessio joins the party as well. So Max Milne is back after that top of M2. He's on M3 now. That's our scoreboard. Oksana in the danger zone in 6th. Chloé Collier creeping towards that position, but she's got a boulder in hand now. Max swings, locks the toe in, makes his way across easily into the match here. Oh, Max trying to get a heel. It's been blocked deliberately to prevent that. There is a bit of rubber in there, so people have been kind of pressing against it like he's been doing, but not really enough to hold the position and bring the right hand in. You kind of need to get toes in, I think, underneath. Chloé runs to the start holds. Eyes up this jump. Not close yet. Three minutes 16 on the clock, and sitting in 5th currently is Chloé Collier. Georgia Tessio has a quick look over to the right to try to find a clock. Chloé going the traditional way across, but those slopers with this many athletes touching them, the heat in the stadium right now, it's going to feel pretty tough. Max a little bit ponderous across those no text volumes. I think you've got to just go a little bit quicker, trust the feet, dance through. Georgia Tessio, meanwhile, comes up into the zone hold, locks that off, brings the left hand in underneath. Little adjustments here as she eyes up the next sloper. Meanwhile, back to Max as he locks off, easily matching this crimp. But this is where he kind of got the beater wrong before. And this time he goes feet first round the corner. He's trying everything but toes at the moment. That's so difficult to hold that position, but he fully drops back right though. Going feet first. It's a bit wild, this method. So much core required as he kind of does a sit-up in mid-air here, bumping the left hand onto absolutely nothing. There's nothing he can hold on to in this position. I think he's locked that right leg, though. That was well done by Max, jamming that right heel and toe in. But that would have cost him an awful lot of energy as he makes his way up. Final hold to go, like Manu Cornu did. Get his foot up, hits the top. That is brilliant from Max. How he caught that right foot, I do not know. Yeah, pumped, he's saying. I bet you are. He's been upside down for a long time there. Georgia goes again. Hits the hand, the foothold as an intermediate. And yes, that's twice we've seen that. I think it was Camilla who did the same thing. And the problem is, the second you try to pull on something that small, it's pretty likely you're going to fire off it. And although Camilla managed to save it, Georgia cannot. Chloe Collier still in fifth, but still not unlocking this move. 1, 2, 3. Got a right hand on the dish. Yeah, it's the speed, it's the flick from Max. He just needs to find a little bit more go on that. Georgia goes for the handhold again, but can't make it work. She'll leave us. The timer ticks through. We rotate once more. Look how tired some of the athletes are looking out there. Absolutely drained. Stasha's on. Jenya's on. Anjay's on. And Manu Cornu as well runs down to the end of the wall. Anjay reminds himself at the bottom. He's got a top on M2, but didn't get the zone on M2. Sorry, got top on M1, didn't get the zone on M2. So what can Stasha do with his paddle move as Manu begins to fly over towards the right and off our screen? Anjay with the toe locked in. And Jenya powering her way through the overhang now. And reaches right into the zone hold. She's up towards the sloper with the right hand now. Makes the match, slaps out left. Chalks up with that right heel locked in underneath into the match. Fires towards the top, left hand. We don't see that happen very often. People have tried it. The right hand weirdly being more successful, but that left hand pays off for Jenya. And that's a quick top for her, giving her lots of time to rest for the final climb. Anjay toes in as he comes out with the right hand. Big moves here. He's having to fight for the last couple of holds. Changes the feet around, looks at the last top, needs to set himself for the pop here. Still adjusting. Eyes the top, no, the foot pops just as he started making that move up. Let's see a replay of Manu Cornu there. Quick work of M4. Oh, what's this? Hang on a sec. No way. Well, he's just skipped half the boulder. I don't think I've ever seen that in a comp quite like that. I've seen beater breaks. I haven't seen someone just miss half the boulder. Incredible stuff. There'll be setters out there who would just be thinking, what on earth was that? Not sure what the significance of the pirate flag is, but what a move from Manu Cornu. So, Stasha Geo is fighting hard here. She's got a top, she's got 2 zones, she's currently in a finals place, but needs a bit more to cement that. Shaking out that right hand now. Anže, liquid chalk on here. You need that in these conditions. It's pretty hot out there.
Bon, j'ai envie d'aller filer le micro à Slobodan, mais s'il crie, il va tuer un peu. On va tenter le coup. Je pense que s'il crie,
Stasha goes again, hits the starting holds, gets herself ready for this big move to the right. Anže underneath, launches out, forget about the feet this time, locks it in. Well, he will say goodbye, 10 seconds to go, as does Stasha. Half frustration, half sort of on her face as she leaves. She is doing well though, in 4th at the moment. Roxana pushed out of the top 6. So Max runs down towards the end for his final climb. It's one I think he'll really enjoy getting his teeth into, this run and jump. And Giorgio Tessio, can someone unlock women's 4? We saw actually more success at the beginning of the round. I do think it's just because those holds are getting a bit more gross. Of course, there is the option to brush them, but there's only so much brushing you can do in 24 athletes putting chalk down on it. Let's watch her first go. And he's launch into it. It's just so awkward, isn't it? You're crossing through with the left arm. You need to generate power towards the right. Max in 6th. So if he can get this done, you'd expect him to get into the finals here, but he needs this. A little shuffle towards the right. Just maybe trying it a bit too statically. The more you commit to this run and jump, the better it becomes. If you can just full launch, I think it's better. Looks like he's going a little bit quicker this time. Oh, what's that? Wow, landing, double foot jumping over towards the right. Different stuff. That's the hold that's see-through, no texture on it. We first saw it in the World Champs. And it's become quite a regular on the circuit. And we have seen fully no texture boulders as well start to become into fashion. Max pulls on once more. Georgia falls on that move. Max goes again, starts this quite bizarre method of doing it. The problem is, it makes sense to get to the zone, but it does kind of leave you in a bit of a weird position to hold that hold. And remember, no texture, so unless you're perfect on it, you are going to slip off it. Max has a deep breath before he gets ready to go again. Georgia reclimbing this move. She knows the sequence. It's not so much the paddle that's tricky, it's the position to get into the paddle, starting way on the left like she is. And also just that one small jib foothold to spring off with the right foot. And Max not making the progress I would have expected here. Athletes in the audience, Simon Lorenzi there, top off for power, enjoying the sunshine. This is coaches and athletes all gathered right down at the front. Not much shelter for anyone watching. Lots of shelter for the athletes, which is great. Max with a slap, now starting to get a little bit worried about this. He will have known people who would have topped this one. He's changed his method and it's worked. Locked in a heel as well. Then hits the toe, springs his way up. He's got a minute to get this done. We know it's totally toppable from this moment. Pops the right foot off that no-tex for a moment. Gets set, goes for the big jump, and Max is in. That will moving up from 6th. Yeah, it took him a while to figure out the beater on the run to the right. Up into 3rd now for Max Milne. And Gruvitz in the danger zone in 6th. Georgia Tessio left on stage by herself as the 30-second mark comes up. Sophia, who's been standing watching for a long time in the sunshine as the rest of the athletes have come through. Georgia looks at her hand, a bit of panic in her step as well. 10 seconds to go, would love a zone out of this. It's not going to be enough time, I don't think. No, she will have to call it a day there, and that will leave her outside of the top 6. So, Genya waits in the wings. Ange as well. As they come on to the last boulder of this semi-final. So, a lot to play for on this one. Although actually, I'm saying that. Genya already in 2nd, so no problems for her. Would like to finish in a high place here. Seems to have recovered well from that knee injury that she picked up during the OQS. Ange starts his run and jump, or however you want to call it, over to the left, from left to right. Gets himself set again, swings that right leg, brings the feet through, spinning around, but not quite. Last 4 minutes of our comp. Big 4 from Ange there. Genya. Flick of the right foot. Goes all the way through. And Ange Pahak as well, not quite, but he's got lots of time left. Ange pulls on again. This swing, kicks his feet over, hits the no-tex. Perfect positioning from him this time. Big launch with the arms, and he's in as well. And let's wait and see where that leaves him on the score. Up into 7th. Oh, so close. a shake of his head. He would have liked to have done a little bit quicker on that one. Took him some time. It might have cost him, but he leaves the stage. And with 2 minutes 40 to go, can Genya unlock something on this final climb? Hits the start hold, comes over with the right hand now, little adjustments. Oh, but sliding down, she was just a little bit high with that left hand. She'll clean up the holds though, get that boulder ready. 2 minutes on the clock now. Genya's into the starting hole, creeps out right, shoulders engaged here. It's a much better position. Well, I say that. She's trying to jump off the left rather than the right, which most people have done. And there hasn't been a huge amount of success on this one. Not yet. Back up to the crimps for Genya. 1 minute 12 on the clock now. Well, with a minute to go, Genya is going to have to come up with something pretty special to get this one done. Doesn't need it, of course. Had a tricky start to her comp, not topping that first climb. Fought back well, but this one is a really big ask. She's going off the left foot, kicks right, goes all the way, trying to skip that middle paddle. And she's done, I think. So 30 seconds to go. It's still enough for Genya. She'll make it through. And we'll wait just to get some confirmation of these results before we say goodbye to you. And at 8 p.m. tonight, we have the finals for the men and women. And we'll crown the Boulder European champ here this evening. Genya makes her way off to the side of the stage. The athletes will have a couple of hours now to go away. We have a very cold shower, get away from the heat, and then reset for tonight. We'll just wait for some results here. And a big thank you to Eugenie Lee for joining me in the commentary box earlier on. Lovely to have her insights. And insights into more than just climbing as well, which is good. So Naila leads the way, followed by Genya. Katia after that, great performance from the Slovenians. Stashigeo, Ayala Karem and Chloe Collier make up our top 6. Roxana just pushed outside into 7th. Zones making the difference on that one. Agat's down in 8th. Leah and Zelia. Zelia outside of the top 6. Perhaps unfortunate for Camilla Moroni. She's down in 15th, not the greatest of round, with no tops for her. Struggling a bit, as was her teammates, Georgia Tessio and Laura Rogara. And Sophia Yokiyama as well, down in 18th. Would have loved to have made it into that finals place. Down at the bottom, Louise Flockhart. She was unique in her style, but it didn't pull off today. Just one zone for her, leaving her down in 22nd. Well, time for the men. Sam Avazu leading the way. 4 out of 4 on a hard round is pretty impressive from him. Oren Prihed as well, impressive. 3 out of 4. Max Milne, Manu Kornu, Diane Akhtar and Edvards Gruvitz makes up our top 6. Andrzej Pahak just down in 7th, not quite for him. French team down in 11th and 14th. Sasha Lehmann again, another member of Team Switzerland who won't make it through, but keep an eye on him in the lead competition tomorrow. More his thing. And I expect Sasha to do pretty well for that. Max Kleestel didn't have the best of days. One zone for him leaves him down at the bottom. As did Guillermo, who didn't quite manage to find that World Cup form he's had of late. All right, everyone, we'll be back at 8 p.m. tonight. Thank you for everyone working behind the scenes and the athletes on the stage. Of course, we will return tonight for more IFSC action.